Your Mingus Marauders are on the air. Mingus Marauder Football is proudly sponsored by Gettle's High Desert Mechanical, offering solutions for your comfort. Northern Arizona Healthcare, improving health, improving people. And Suzy Q Market, the best road trips start at Suzy Q. Mingus Marauder Football is also brought to you by these fine businesses. Jackson Hewitt Rice Accounting, with locations across Northern Arizona. Larry Green Chevrolet, the people place. And Tiffany Construction, knowledge and experience to bring your project to reality. Radio sponsors of the Marauders on AM 1600, 96.3 FM, and online at vertivalleytv.com include All Price Insurance. Call 634-2311 to get your quote. Taylor Waste, service tailored to your needs. Yavapai College, you can, we can, together. And Rock Zoo Screen Printers, where clothing comes to rock. And now we go out to the press box for Philip Catalfamo and Nick Yatsinko.
Welcome, everybody, inside the J. Lawrence Walkup Skydome on the campus of Northern Arizona University as the Mingus Marauders travel to take on the Flagstaff Eagles. I'm Philip Catalfamo, joined this week by Nick Yatsinko. And Nick, the Marauders are back here on the road this time. We're supposed to have a home game, but we're here inside of Northern Arizona University. And first off, man, it's happy to have you back here on the broadcast. Missed you last week. Of course, do want to thank Jackie Bessler for coming in and filling in last week as the Marauders got a victory against the Unker. But Nick, Marauders face their first region opponent in Flagstaff tonight.
Good to be back, and it's Eagle Week, baby. I love it. Rival week for Mingus. We're up here in the Dome. Love playing in the Dome. I played in the Dome a handful of times, which we'll talk about in the pregame show. Awesome up here. Looks like the Marauders are on some momentum down there, ready to go.
Marauders are coming off a 45-0 victory against the Unker last week, whereas the Flagstaff Eagles are coming off a 48-0 victory against Washington. These two teams are looking for a win. We'll see who comes out on top, but we've got the pregame show for you here, right here on Verde Valley TV and KYBC. Stay with us. We'll preview this matchup.
People often refer to Larry Green Chevrolet as the people place. Keeping that reputation is a priority in the community and with every customer that comes through the door. Larry Green Chevrolet, we're better and we'll prove it. If you're in the market for a new or pre-owned car, truck, van, or SUV, you'll find our selection extensive and the sales team professional and courteous. Visit Larry Green Chevrolet just off Highway 260 next to Walmart or LarryGreenChevrolet.com.
Yavapai College has 6 campuses and centers in Sedona, the Prescott area, and the Verde Valley. With more than 100 degree and certificate programs, YC has what you need to jumpstart your academic journey. Our athletics teams are some of the best in the nation, and we have plenty of student-led clubs, organizations, and activities. Our full-time student discount makes YC the most affordable option in Arizona for a full-time student. Learn more today at yc.edu.
Since 1925, Tiffany Construction has worked with developers and local and federal government to build, expand, and improve infrastructure, roads, drainage systems, and subdivisions. From concept to completion, the Tiffany Construction team provides a full complement of construction services and state-of-the-art delivery methods customized to fit your needs and budget. They are Arizona's longest tenured family-owned and operated civil contractor and proudly serving the Verde Valley since 1991. Tiffany Construction, knowledge and experience to bring your project to reality.
2 things we can count on every year:
a new set of tax rules and great weather here in Northern Arizona.
Jackson Hewitt Tax Service, locally owned and operated by Lewis Rice since 1997, is here for you all year long.
Your neighborhood Jackson Hewitt Tax Office will help you in all of your taxing situations.
Electronic filing is always free with your tax preparation at Jackson Hewitt Tax Service.
Get more in return. Call 1-800-234-1040 for an office near you.
Choose precision. Choose innovation. Choose robotic-assisted knee and hip replacement. Choose Northern Arizona Healthcare.
Choose the region's most comprehensive heart program. Choose care close to home. Choose world-class surgeons. Choose Northern Arizona Healthcare.
We take a look down on the field here on Verde Valley TV as the Mingus Union Marauders get ready to take on the Flagstaff Eagles. Philip Catalfamo alongside Nick Yatsinko here. Happy to have you along with us here on KYBC and Verde Valley TV. Nick, I'm having you take a step just a little bit towards me here as we get you repositioned on the camera here. But Nick, like I said, we're back this week. The Marauders are coming off a huge victory against Yunker on the road, 45-0. I know you weren't here for the game physically, but you were watching back at home. What did you like from the Marauders last week?
Good to see the passing game get going a little bit. Very nice to see the defense shut a team out. That's huge. Yeah. Big confidence booster for your defense. That's going to go a long way for tonight. Flagstaff's got a lot of weapons, so coming off of a shutout like that is going to help the Marauders immensely. And yeah, like the Marauders' way of playing last week, they got to keep it down on the penalties, which we'll talk about later. But other than that, the offense got rolling, put a lot of points on the board. Defense kept the other team from scoring. That's how you're going to win these games.
Yeah, Marauders were able to get a few sacks against Yunker last week. A lot of defensive pressure up front with Esteban Loreto and Brazen Dirkelek and Austin Wharf as well. Joseph Frudenreich being a key part of the defensive statistics last week. And well, the Marauders are going to have to bring out all the full stops here against Flagstaff. Like I mentioned, the Eagles are coming off of back-to-back wins. They won week 1. They came back and won here in the Skydome last week against Washington, 48-0. A very formidable victory for them. And same with the Marauders. They're coming off a very impressive win as well. Love to see the running game for the Marauders get going. We'll see how they match up against Flagstaff here tonight. First region game of the season. We'll have another one soon at the end of this month against Bradshaw Mountain. But of course, these Flagstaff Eagles, they're a good team.
And starting region play, that's huge against your rival. Flagstaff's always been a big rival of ours in Mingus, and boy, we used to wear shirts for Flag Week and Beat Eagle Week, and it used to be a big thing in the weight rooms, and I'm sure those guys carry that tradition on down there. Coaching staff and those guys prepare extra hard to play the Eagles here up in the Dome. This is a tough place to play, even though it's beautiful up here. This is a tough place to play. This Flagstaff Eagle team plays here multiple times. They get to practice here. They're here quite often. So for the Marauders, it's going to be exciting to play in. They got to keep those nerves down and come out focused.
Yeah, we do have a few of those former Marauders on the coaching staff. Of course, Coach Anguiano, Coach JR, Coach Eric Casada, all 3 former football players here at Mingus Union High School, and all very familiar with the tradition you're talking about. And I'm sure the boys have had this one circled on their calendar for a little while. But let's take a look at some of the statistics last week. As I mentioned, big 45-0 victory for the Mingus Union Marauders. Zach Harrison will get started with the quarterback. 5 for 12 last week, 116 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, did have 2 interceptions, but Harrison looked pretty well and it looked pretty good. And I got a chance to speak with Coach Casada a little bit beforehand and Coach Monsibayas, and we should see Zach air out the ball a little bit more. Didn't pass a whole lot in Doug Provenzano's offense last year, but hopefully we'll get to see Zach air out the ball a little bit more. He's been great facilitating with his arm. More
of a wing T style, and I like that change up to go to the passing game. And you're right, and anytime that the quarterback throws a couple interceptions in a week and the other team doesn't score, that's big. Yep. That's huge. And Zach's got to feel great about that. That for your quarterback, that builds a lot of confidence in your defense. So then you're not afraid to go out there and take some more chances and air that ball out some more. So like you said, I'd love to see that a little bit more out of the Marauders.
On the ground game, we know the Marauders played very well against Thunderbird on the ground, played even better against Yunker last week. The rushing yards for the Marauders, Hunter Perkins led the charge along with Angelo Alvarez, 10 carries, 83 yards, and 1 touchdown for Hunter Perkins as we take a look here. And of course, Angelo Alvarez, 8 carries, 45 yards, 2 touchdowns for the Marauders senior, of course. And a guy who was incorporated a little bit later into the offense, but nice to see him get a couple touches. Ian Contreras, the junior tight end, 52 yards receiving, 1 touchdown for Contreras. Nice to see the tight end utilized a little bit more in the offense this season.
He's got some size too, so the size is going to help the Marauders tremendously. We don't have a lot of size across the board. Contreras contributes to that. So it'd be nice to use him as a weapon. And you got Alvarez and Perkins. We got some really shifty, fast weapons out there that when you complement it with someone like Contreras, who's a little bit taller, you can air that ball up a little bit higher. Man, that's got to feel great for the Marauders offense.
Yeah, I did also get a chance to walk past Marcus Bueno, who also had a great game last week for the Marauders, the kicker for Mingus Union. Perfect on point after attempts. Nailed his 1 field goal. He was spot on last week, which is why he was our Verdi Lee Market Player of the Week last week. We'll see who obviously gets it this week for the Marauders. But looking on the defense, I think the Marauders' defense did a phenomenal job of positioning them beautifully on the field. They were on the Junker side of the field for most of the game. There are only a handful of times where the Marauders found themselves on their own side of the field, but I would say at least for the first half, the defensive line, the middle linebackers, the corners, everybody was executing very, very well defensively. As we take a look at some of the defensive stats here, Brazen Durkalek leading the charge, 9 total tackles, 4 solo, 5 assisted. We see him a lot on the offensive line, utilized a little bit in the offense as well. A great defensive lineman for the Marauders on the edge, and he's going to be big tonight.
Yeah, and that's speed off the edge is going to really, really help against this Flagstaff Eagle offense. These guys are going to be much faster and much bigger than Yonker was. Yeah. So to have that speed on the edge like that, it's going to be great. Another
guy also played very well, Austin Wharf, who we've also seen incorporated in the offense as well, obviously as a receiver. 6 total tackles, 5 solo, 1 assisted, and Joseph Frudenreich, like I mentioned, the sophomore, getting on to the defensive tally mark. 6 total tackles, 5 solo, 1 assisted. Esteban Loreto, who we did not mention in the offensive segment of the pregame show, he did a great job of opening up some running lanes for Angelo Alvarez last week.
Yeah, and Islis and Loreto, those guys are going to have to open up those holes. This defensive line for Flagstaff, we're kind of watching them warm up down there. They're big guys. This is a much larger team, so you're going to have to use your speed. Loreto, Islis, and those guys have some grit and nastiness to them, and that's what they're going to have to use down there. They're going to have to be really quick off the ball and make some moves immediately to get upfield and to get on a linebacker or these safeties that Flagstaff's going to have back there waiting.
Well, you talk about that defensive line. Of course, we'll preview Flagstaff here once we take a quick break, but the 2 defensive linemen that, of course, Nick is mentioning is Nick Morrow, the 6'8" basketball player. Congratulations to Nick Morrow, by the way. I know he just got a scholarship to Cal Berkeley, so congratulations to him. That is awesome. And also Spencer Smith is the other defensive end. Both those guys had huge games last week against Washington, so you're right. The offensive line for the Marauders is really going to have to step up tonight.
Double teamings, we're going to see some double teaming for sure. You're going to see some blocking schemes down there where you crisscross block, and that's just so you can catch those big guys off guard, because that's going to be, like you said, tough to block. How amazing that we get to watch those collegiate level athletes out here. That's
gorgeous,
the Marauders,
gorgeous arena.
The Marauders have their work cut out for them tonight.
They really do. Let's talk a little bit more about last week. Of course, penalties. One of the things, of course, Marauders able to win 45-0 last week, but I got to say a lot of unnecessary penalties. Offsides are going to happen. False starts are going to happen. Chop blocks on accident. I mean, the technical penalties are what they are. Personal foul penalties, unsportsmanlike conducts, when you're leading heavy against a team that you had led against the entire game, unnecessary is a great way to put that.
And that gets cleaned up Monday through Thursday. Yep. I mean, that's really when that gets cleaned up. That gets cleaned up during practice, during film sessions. Film sessions, one of the parts they go back over is some of those personal fouls. Yep. So you'll watch that over, and your coach is going to be like, hey, what are you doing here? And the rest of the team is in there, and they're grilling you too, because if that's unnecessary, that's not going to work, especially against a bigger, more competitive team in Flagstaff and these other teams we play in the region. Really going to have to clean that up.
And that's very true. I mean, we're getting into region play here. As we mentioned, this is the first region matchup for the Mingus Union Marauders and the Flagstaff Eagles. I believe this is the first region matchup throughout the entire 4A Grand Canyon. But of course, you're right. When they play against these teams like Flagstaff, like Cocoa, like Bradshaw Mountain, who's coming up on October 1st, penalty yards like that are going to make and break possessions. They're going to make and break drives. You've got high-powered offenses on the side of Flagstaff. You give them opportunities to score. They're going to take advantage of that. And the Marauders, in a lot of ways, are probably pretty happy that Junker was unable to take advantage of the opportunities that Mingus did present them.
And they just got to clean it up. Yep. Like we said, clean that up. Get ready for tonight. You got to be focused on those penalties tonight. You can't take those dumb penalties tonight. And I'm sure that was, like I said, talked about during films and in the past week, because 15 yards is just going to absolutely break you when you're having a nice long drive on a formidable team like Flagstaff or Bradshaw. Yep. That will absolutely destroy your drive.
Well, hopefully the Marauders can clean up some of the mistakes they made last week, but keep the momentum rolling after a 45-0 victory against Yatsinko. However, their opponent, the Flagstaff Eagles, coming off an impressive win as well, 48-0 against Washington last week inside the J. Lawrence Walkup Skydome here at Northern Arizona University. New week, new teams. Hopefully we'll see who comes out on top at the end of this one. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll preview the opponent, the Flagstaff Eagles. We'll get you the national anthem, the coin toss, and the first kick right here on KYBC and Verde Valley TV.
Two things we can count on every year.
A new set of tax rules and great weather here in Northern Arizona.
Jackson Hewitt Tax Service, locally owned and operated by Lewis Rice since 1997, is here for you all year long.
Your neighborhood Jackson Hewitt Tax Office will help you in all of your taxing situations.
Electronic filing is always free with your tax preparation at Jackson Hewitt Tax Service.
Get more in return. Call 1-800-234-1040 for an office near you.
Want to welcome you back here. Let me take a step over here, man. Want to welcome you back inside the J. Lawrence Walkup Skydome here at Northern Arizona University. Philip Catalfamo alongside Nick Yatsinko. We're going to take a look here at the Flagstaff Eagles. Of course, the Marauders' opponent tonight, coming off of a strong victory last week, 48-0 against Washington. Bodie Meyer, the quarterback for Flagstaff, having an absolutely impressive game. 3 touchdown passes for him, and I mean, obviously he's going to be somebody to watch tonight.
They air it out. That's real scary to try to defend. And Marauders typically do well with the 7-on-7s, which we talked about in that very first game. Those 7-on-7 camps in the preseason where it's just your skill guys on your skill guys.
Yeah.
That's a huge part of that. And Flagstaff's offensive game is mostly through the air. So from what, at least the stats that I've seen, and like Bodie's got great stats through the air. So the Marauders' defensive backs are going to have to be on it tonight. I wouldn't play too much of a cushion on these guys. They're pretty tall. These are lengthy wide receivers for the Eagles. So you got to be right up in their face, in their grill, and you got to stay with them their entire route until they go up to catch that ball, and then you got to make a play on them. And that's what's going to have to happen to knock Bodie off his game. I
don't want to say that they got off to a slow start because I didn't get a chance to watch the start of the game for the Flagstaff Eagles, but looking at the box score of last week, 0-0 going into the second quarter, and then that's where Flagstaff just took off. I mean, we're talking 21 points in the second quarter, 20 points in the third quarter, and then 7 in the fourth, scoring each quarter after the first. And again, I don't want to say that they had a slow start, but this could be an opportunity for the Marauders if they do end this first quarter 0-0. Last year, the Marauders were at Coconino High School playing against Flagstaff High School, of course, because NAU was not having sports inside the dome. So Coconino was nice enough to host both teams. But the Marauders walked away with a 7-0 loss against a team who handled them very, very well the year before. Here we are in 2021. Marauders coming off a great win. Of course, Flagstaff's coming off a great win. But these two teams, 0-0 going into the first quarter, we're looking at an interesting game. And that's going to be a big part of this game tonight is who can keep the other team's offense off the field. That's right. Both teams scoring over 40 points in the last week's games. It's up to the defense. They got to get their offense back out on the field, and that's exactly what happened in Coconino last season. That's right. The Marauders' defense was able to take Coconino's offense right off the field, and then Marauders' offense was able to eat a lot of clock, drive down the field, get minimal points, as we know, but hey, as long as you're driving down the field and killing that clock, keeping the other quarterback on the bench, that's a good way to win the game too. Taking a look at some of the stats from that game last year, of course, Zach Harrison, the quarterback for the Mingus Union Marauders in his junior year, 6 for 7, 41 yards passing, 1 interception. On the ground, the Marauders, of course, leading the rushing charge. Jonathan Sanchez, 60 yards rushing. Sanchez also, of course, who has graduated now, also 21 yards receiving. Marauders, all-purpose yards, Markinsley Similian had 92 yards rushing, he was the one who led the charge on the ground, and behind him, Jonathan Sanchez. But of course, those guys are graduated now. Like I said, new year, new team. This Eagles team, like I mentioned, coming in after a huge victory against Washington. Some of the other stats here, Holden Senna, the receiver, 4 Flagstaff, 4 receiving touchdowns, and of course, Spencer Smith, the defensive lineman, 3 sacks against Washington. So, like we mentioned, Mingus is going to have to take advantage here. And like I said, if they do find themselves 0-0 after the first, hopefully it's because we've had a real knockout game.
Yeah, and some of these seniors, Alvarez and Harrison and these guys, were playing against a couple juniors on that Flagstaff side. That Senna,
Bodie Meyer wasn't even the starting quarterback.
And these guys are kind of, I wouldn't say new to the varsity program because they've obviously been playing. They're playing outstanding the last couple weeks, but you got to knock them off their game. Our seniors for the Marauders have got to come out strong, and you got to, like I said, almost with that DB scenario, you kind of hit them right in the gut right off the bat, and just show them, hey, we're here for the battle tonight.
Yeah, Nick Morrow and Spencer Smith, like I mentioned, both having great games on the defensive line for the Flagstaff Eagles. Let's take a look at this Marauder-Flagstaff matchup throughout the years. In terms of the overall record, these teams have matched up 45 times, Mingus winning 24 of those victories. Their first matchup coming in 1976 as the Flagstaff Eagles handled the Mingus Union Marauders 49-6. And as we look, their last time these two teams matched up was in 2020. And of course, like I mentioned, a 7-0 victory for the Flagstaff Eagles as well. Marauders trying to change that here in 2021. Taking a look at just a little bit more information here. Their first tie, these two teams have tied. It came in 1991, 15-15 score. Mingus and Flagstaff have matched up twice in the playoffs. Mingus are undefeated in the playoffs against Flagstaff. And like I mentioned, of course, the last time they matched up was last year, and the biggest blowout came in 1981. Where are you at in 1981, Nick?
81, I wasn't even a thought.
No, I was not a thought either. But we are now, and we're inside the J. Lawrence. We're inside the J. Lawrence Walkup Skydome here at Northern Arizona University. Nick, you were a former Mingus Union Marauder. You've played against this team multiple times. Can you just talk a little bit about the matchup and playing here inside the Skydome and just the atmosphere and what playing against this team means?
Fortunately, I was undefeated against the Flagstaff Eagles in my tenure, and that coaching staff down there for the Marauders was playing alongside me. So they know exactly what it's like to come in here and to beat Flagstaff on their own turf. Not saying they were blowout games. We had some close games. Saw them in the playoff one time. Just edged it out in the playoff. 'Cause like I said, these regional teams, sometimes you can throw the records up in the air. But no, when it's Eagle Week, you got to be sharp. You got to be on it. When we were in the weight room, man, getting focused up before these games, if Coach Young heard a peep back then, man, you had to go out and run. He wanted absolute focus, absolute quietness. Everybody was on point. They knew exactly the job we had to do. It was almost like we gave it a lot of extra focus that week. We stayed, watched some more game film, Philip. I think we stayed that next Saturday and even watched game film before Flagstaff game. We were just getting ready, and I know that coaching staff down there for the Marauders got that same mindset.
I want to ask you, what's a bigger rivalry between the two, Bradshaw and Mingus or Flagstaff and Mingus?
Boy, I'd say historically it's going to be Flagstaff and Mingus. More recently, maybe Bradshaw and Mingus, because those games are great. But yeah, back in the day, it was Beat Eagle Week, and it might be Beat Bear Week because Flag and Bradshaw are both formidable opponents the last couple seasons. Yes,
very, very good opponents. And, of course, former Mingus Union High School head coach Bob Young, who did coach Nick Yatsinko and a few guys who are down there coaching for the Mingus Union Marauders now, of course, is now at Bradshaw Mountain High School. And the Marauders will take on the Bears on October 1st. Of course, we are here tonight as the Marauders take on the Flagstaff Eagles. Nick, we talked a little bit about both these teams. Let's talk about what the Marauders have to do to get a victory here tonight. As I mentioned, they're coming off a huge victory against Yunker, looking to keep that momentum going. Let's talk about those three keys to the game.
Yeah, the momentum's huge. You won 45-0. Your defense shut the other team out. That's awesome. You're going to have to use that coming into the game. You got to execute well. Execute well is another key to the game. And by executing well, it means all around, of course. But really, against a team like Flag, who's got collegiate-style athletes out there, you need to pick a specific part of the game, whether that's special teams, or offense, or defense, and you have to almost play perfect. You have to almost have a perfect game, whether it's offensively, defensively. You need to really crisp it up at least one of those areas if you're going to have a chance to pull off a win against Flagstaff, and then reduce penalties. Like we talked about earlier, hopefully that gets cleaned up Monday through Thursday, and then tonight we see a much cleaner game. And it's not necessarily the cleaner, we just want no yards taken away. I mean, it'll absolutely destroy our drives, and we already know Flagstaff can put points on the board, so we don't want to help them out with penalties.
No, and I definitely want to add maybe another one in there. I'd love to see the Marauders air it out a little bit more tonight, just to see where Flagstaff's secondary is against the Mingus Union Marauders. Of course, like I mentioned, 48-0 victory against Washington last week. But we'll see how they match up here in their first region matchup. Some other games going on around the 4A Grand Canyon region. Cactus on the road to take on Bradshaw Mountain. Cactus Shadows is on the road to take on Coconino. They had a brief COVID pause in their season, but they're back and going here. Lee Williams is at North Canyon, and Prescott is taking on who Flagstaff played last week in Washington High School.
And interesting to see the outcomes of those games. You'll get to kind of speculate a little bit, but about Bradshaw doing well this season is going to be big. Flagstaff's already 2-0, and we're watching the Marauders run out on the field now, ready to take on these Eagles. Yeah, the Mingus Union Marauders making their way on the field there, if you can see on Verde Valley TV. Of course, the Marauders wearing their white and red uniforms tonight. And the Flagstaff Eagles will be wearing their gray and whites as well. Some other stuff going on around the 4A Grand Canyon region for those Mingus Marauders. This upcoming Saturday, cross country will be up here in Flagstaff at the Four Corners meet. On the 21st, we got a few things lined up. The Marauders girls volleyball team is taking on Mojave High School on the road on Tuesday. Mingus Golf will be taking on Flagstaff and Page at Page High School, and or not at Page High School, but at Page, Arizona. And then, of course, Mingus Swim will be taking on Bases Flagstaff and Mojave on Tuesday as well. So a lot of Marauders playing against these Flagstaff Eagles in a few different capacities. Eagle Week, baby.
Eagle Week. Yeah. You got any kind of like memorable moment playing here at the Dome?
Just winning senior year here at the Dome.
Okay.
Winning senior year here at the Dome. We only won by, it was under 2 touchdowns.
Okay.
So it was a pretty close game. Flagstaff did not have the greatest record that season, and we were doing very well. I think we had 1 loss, and we were maybe 7-1 when we came into the game, and they were good.
Yeah.
And like we talked about before, it's because this is regional play and it's rivalry play. So you really don't know what's going on. If we can have some good combinations down there on that offensive, defensive line against some of these massive defensive ends that Flagstaff has, this could be a great game for the Marauders. But it's going to be interesting to see for sure.
You ever face anybody who's 6'8" in your time playing at Mingus?
Boy, James Brooks played for Flagstaff Eagles. He was massive.
Yeah.
What a wide receiver he was for the Eagles. Went on to play some college ball himself. And otherwise, I don't know about 6'8". He might have been 6'6", and that 6'7" maybe. I don't think anybody's 6'8".
You have any tips, Nick? You're an offensive lineman. I mean, taking on somebody who's taller than you, I mean, the advantage is obviously in terms of the height, but, what do you do to try to slow them down?
You try to get low. You got to get low on him. If you're shorter than that guy, you got to stay low on him, and it's almost useful to get your hands up underneath his shoulder pads.
Yeah.
If you can kind of push them up and get them to kind of stand straight up so they don't have that good momentum leaning forward, that's a good way to beat them. I was fortunate enough to be very heavy, much heavier than I am now, so it was easy for me to kind of plant my feet. But no, those big guys, they're good at swimming, and they're fast. They can get around the edge. So for those shorter linemen out there, they're looking to beat those guys tonight, it's going to be kind of crisscrossing. So it's staying low and then trying to beat them with strategy. So you have maybe your guard pull a different way, your tackle cave in on him.
Okay.
That's a good way to get around that too. You got to use each other to help.
And again, do want to pass off another congratulations to Nick Morrow on getting a scholarship as well to Cal Berkeley and any of the other Flagstaff Eagles and Mingus Union Marauders who do find their way to the next level in their playing career, whether it be just at college or maybe moving on to the professionals or amateur league. Congratulations to all of our seniors this year. Of course, we'll do all that during senior night, but just wanted to pass off that congratulations before we headed to break. When we come back, we will have the coin toss, we will have the opening kick, and we will have the first drive against these two teams as the Mingus Union Marauders travel to take on the Flagstaff Eagles here at Northern Arizona University. Stay with us here on KYBC and Verde Valley TV.
I'm Chris.
And I'm Tandy, owners of Taylor Waste.
We're homegrown in the Verde Valley and nearly your last local choice.
We want to be your first choice for residential and small business garbage service.
Get a free month service when you make the switch to Taylor Waste.
and enjoy monthly service as low as $16 per month.
Visit TaylorWaste.com for more information.
Or to start service, call Taylor Waste at 649-2662.
Taylor Waste, service tailored to your needs.
Want to welcome you back here to the J. Lawrence Walkup Skydome here on the campus of Northern Arizona University as your Mingus Union Marauders travel to take on the Flagstaff Eagles. Philip Catalfamo alongside Nick Yatsinko. We are here ready to go on KYBC and Verde Valley TV. Want to get you the Cottonwood Public Library coin toss. The Cottonwood Public Library has been connecting the community since 1959. Check them out at ctwpl.info or look for them on Facebook to see all of the new and exciting events and programs they offer. The Cottonwood Public Library, connecting the community. Again, visit ctwpl.info. Want to thank them for sponsoring this portion of the Mingus Union broadcast as we get started here.
And Marauders will get the ball first. Great job by Tristan down there on the field camera getting us that up-close coin toss. Marauders going to get the ball first, and let's see if we can't get some points up right on these Eagles.
All right, well, the Marauders will get their first opportunity on offense. Of course, last week they were on defense to start the game against Yunker. And we'll see what they can do here against these Flagstaff Eagles as they are, of course, very comfortable as they run through the banner.
What a feeling that must be.
Yeah, really.
Home games here at the Dome.
Oh, man.
Running through the banner like that, incredible atmosphere.
And what's interesting, too, is a few of these kids might find their ways playing here for the Lumberjacks.
You're very right about that. That's exciting. So they're getting a little taste of where they'll be.
Potentially, no, it'd be great. We are going to take a quick pause for the national anthem. We'll be right back for the start of this game. Stay with us.
I'm Chris.
And I'm Tandy, owners of Taylor Waste.
We're homegrown in the Verde Valley and nearly your last local choice.
We want to be your first choice for residential and small business garbage service.
Get a free month service when you make the switch to Taylor Waste.
And enjoy monthly service as low as $16 per month.
Visit TaylorWaste.com for more information.
Or to start service, call Taylor Waste at 649-2662.
Taylor Waste, service tailored to your needs.
All Price Insurance on Main Street in Cottonwood is your local insurance provider for personal and commercial insurance. Call and compare 23 insurance companies for home, health, auto, RV, motorcycle, boat, or ATV. Specialty insurance and insurance bonds are no problem at All Price Insurance. Call or visit All Price Insurance today.
The Suzy Q Market is the most convenient stop for road trips with 1,500 beverage selections and plenty of snacks. And save on fuel with the Marathon Make It Count reward program. The Suzy Q drive-thru window is the most convenient way to stop for those essentials on the way home.
Road trips start here with something for everyone.
At Suzy Q.
Shop local first, always.
Go Marauders!
Starting in the late 1920s, Grandpa Gettle and his brothers laid the groundwork for what would become a family legacy. Almost 100 years and 100 patents later, Gettle's High Desert Mechanical continues to raise the bar of quality heating, cooling, and plumbing products and services in the Verde Valley.
Call Gettle's High Desert Mechanical Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing at 567-2200 or online at GettlesHDM.com, providing solutions for your comfort. Don't settle, get Gettles and go Marauders!
You're going to love the new interactive website from Roxu Screen Printers. Now you can create your custom t-shirt design online. Simply choose a t-shirt or hat style, easily upload your logo, or create the perfect design. Workwear, tees, uniforms, polos, and caps, and let's not forget those special occasion tees, all designed online by you. Go to ROKZOO.com, Roxu Screen Printing in Cottonwood, where clothing comes to rock. 24/7 at the all-new Roxu.com.
Angelo Alvarez starting off the fireworks for the Marauders early on. An opening kickoff return for a touchdown. Mingus is on the board to start the game. What a jump to this one, Nick.
Oh, Angelo Alvarez has been waiting for Eagle Week all summer long, and here it is. What a return for a touchdown.
Wow.
And you know what? He bobbled the ball right off the catch, bobbled it, hit the turf. You're going to see the replay here. He's off to the races at that point there, but a great job of cutting back through the Eagles and finding an open space.
Angelo Alvarez had a kickoff return, not to start the game against Thunderbird, but tonight. Eagle Week is in full force for the Marauders. Their opening drive gets them into the end zone, and now Marcus Bueno will be on for the point after attempt. Bueno was perfect all last week against Yunker. We'll see if he can keep it going. Kick is up, and it does get through. Marcus Bueno, 1 for 1 to start the game as the Marauders jump out to a 7-0 lead. Stay with us here on KYBC and Verde Valley TV. We'll be right back.
By Mingus High School.
All Price Insurance on Main Street in Cottonwood is your local insurance provider for personal and commercial insurance. Call and compare 23 insurance companies for home, health, auto, RV, motorcycle, boat, or ATV. Specialty insurance and insurance bonds are no problem at All Price Insurance. Call or visit All Price Insurance today.
Want to welcome you back here to the campus of Northern Arizona University inside the J. Lawrence Walkup Skydome. Philip Catalfamo alongside Nick Yatsinko. An early touchdown, a kickoff return touchdown for Angelo Alvarez gets the Marauders on the board almost immediately. 7-0 our score as Marcus Bueno was send it downfield.
And that's how you set the tone right here. Marauders got to do a good job of containing the Eagles here.
Ball will go into the back of the end zone, so the Eagles will start on their own 20-yard line.
Flagstaff Eagles will have their
and boy, we're getting to see that Eagles offense right off the bat here.
Yeah, right off the bat, and of course now they're operating with a deficit, something they didn't have to do last week against Washington. Good to see the Marauders offense. I mean, a kick return, of course, special teams, not the offense, but still, I mean, what a great start to the game for this team.
Best momentum you could ask for right there, getting points on the board. You're Mingus. It gives you a little bit more comfort. You can play a little bit more freely down there, and you're going to have to, especially against such a good structured team like Flag.
Bodie Meyer, the quarterback for the Flagstaff Eagles, number 14, had a great game last week against Washington. 3 passing touchdowns. We'll see what he can do here on 1st and 10 on the Eagle 20. Ball's going to be handed off to the right side. Just a small gain on that little handoff. The runner there, number 24, Marcus Salcido. So Salcido picks up just a couple yards on that run, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
And great job by the Marauders defense to just kind of crash that defensive line down. It was just a pretty simple power play there to the right from Flag, and Mingus just did a great job of crashing that line.
Marauders able to get the stop there, so we'll bring up 2nd down. Ball spotted on the Eagle 22. Bodie takes the snap. He's going to hand it off. This time the run does go to the left side. And Salcido's shut down again on the line.
And we'll see. It looks like they're going to give him a couple. And that's Salcido. That's some good hard running. And not much of a hole to go through there. Mingus, another good job. It's just another simple power play to the left this time. And Marauders do a good job crashing in on that again.
So Meyer this time will operate out of the shotgun formation. 2 wide receivers on both ends. Man in the running back, that's number 44. That is Spencer Smith, the big D lineman. Meyer going to air it out this time. Drops back to pass. Pass over the middle is almost intercepted, but it'll go incomplete. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
Ooh, I'll tell you, I love the pressure coming from Wharf off the edge. That's clutch right there. Flagstaff's going to drop back, try to make one of those passes that they were so successful with last week. And Wharf is just going to break that edge and make Bodie think about it a little bit more, and that throw just goes arid on him.
Kyle Ramirez almost had the interception, but it just fell right in front of him. So Brazen Durkalek will be back for the punt return. Meyer will be the punt man. Meyer lined up around the 10-yard line on the Flagstaff side of the football field. Brazen hanging around the 35-yard line at the Marauder side. Kick is high, and Durkalek will return it around the 40, trying to break a tackle, and he will get brought down. And so the Marauders will get their first offensive opportunity here with 10:16 to go in the first quarter.
Yep, Zach Harrison leading the charge out there. He's ready. They got points on the board already. Just like the defense, they're going to get to come out a little bit more lax than maybe you normally would. obviously you got to maintain your focus and execute extremely well. But no, Zach Harrison out there leading the charge for the Marauders.
This will be our first look at the defensive linemen, Nick Morrow and Spencer Smith. Morrow wearing number 11 on the left end and Smith wearing 44 on the right end. Harrison's going to operate under center. Looks like that's Angelo Alvarez behind him. Man in motion, that's going to be Hunter Perkins. Perkins looking for something up the middle. Loretto does give him a good little block there, but a small gain for Hunter Perkins on that draw play up the middle.
Yeah, and Perkins just so quick and shifty. He does a great job of following his linemen and just kind of making one cut, get north and south. Get a couple yards, get down. Very, very similar to how Flag started their drive, but we'll take it.
9 minutes and 50 seconds left here. The Marauders, ball spotted on their own 45-yard line. Harrison's going to operate under center again. Alvarez in the backfield. Perkins along there with him. Harrison hands it off to the right side. Small gain there, if not right back at the line for Angelo Alvarez. And that'll bring up third down for the Mingus Union Marauders, and we'll see what Coach Monsabayez has for the Flagstaff defense here on 3rd and long.
Yeah, and Alvarez just ran into a wall of Eagles there. They did a good job. Big Nick down there on that defensive line for the Eagles, just kind of jamming it up. Nowhere to go for Alvarez.
Going to bring up third down here. 9:13 to go. Mingus Union leading 7-0. 3 wide receivers trip right, 1 on the left. Alvarez in the backfield. Harrison under center. He's going to flip it left. Alvarez has got some room to run. Smith corrals him on the left side and brings him down. 4th down for the Eagles. Great stop for Spencer Smith.
Yeah, great job by the Eagles to not let the Marauders get the edge there. Alvarez catches that edge. He's going to be gone for at least the 1st down, maybe another 10 yards. So good job by the Eagles to contain him.
So to bring up 4th down for the Mingus Union Marauders, ball spotted on the 47-yard line on the Marauder side of the ball. Trying to get into Flagstaff territory. Let's see what they can do here. Maybe about 5 yards to the 1st down. Harrison takes the snap. He's going to roll left, looking to pass. No, he's going to do the pooch kick punt, and it will be fumbled. Ball is loose, but it looks like Flagstaff may have recovered it. That was Amari Menninger on the return. Does lose it, but thankfully falls right on top of it near the sideline. So the Eagles will start on the 15-yard line on their side of the football field. But Marauders, offensively, we talked about the defensive line of Flagstaff was going to be tough.
Yep. And that's a good way to start the game. It's almost like a feeling out process. Those linemen down there, both sides of the ball, Flag and Mingus, only a few yards on each of their opening possessions. And, boy, it's going to be a dogfight down there in the trenches.
Meyer operating in the backfield with 2 running backs lined up alongside him. Meyer's going to take the snap, drop back to pass. Myers looking right, pressure coming, defensive pressure. Anthony Islis gets the sack.
Huge sack by Anthony Islis. There's some laundry out on the field. We'll see what that is. It's in the area of holding. We're going to find out shortly, but what a job by Islis. Islis puts you can see the replay here. Bodie's about to look like he maybe throw it, and Islis just puts his hands up, says you're not going anywhere with that ball.
Anthony Islis showing the pressure on the edge, able to get the sack, and of course it looks like it will be a holding call. So if Flagstaff, they might be operating on the goal line here after the penalty. We're speculating that it's holding. We're still waiting for the official call.
And the Marauders would have to accept that, too.
Oh,
because
yeah.
Remember, a sack is going to push him back as well.
8 minutes and 8 seconds to go here. We'll try it again here on 1st down. About 1st and 30.
It was declined.
It was declined. Okay.
So that'll bring up 2nd down.
So let me try that again here to bring up 2nd down.
Well, what a great second possession start for the Marauders.
Oh, yeah.
Too.
We'll see if they can keep that momentum going defensively here as Meyer will operate in the shotgun formation. Meyer takes the snap. He's going to hand it off. That's Salcido on the right side. Does get some blockers, but is brought down after a small gain.
Yeah, good job. And hey, you know what? They're going to give it to Salcido maybe a little bit more, especially when you got big guys like Islis coming at you in the backfield. That was just maybe a lone blocking coverage there by the Eagles, but the Marauders looking real sharp here on Flag's second offensive drive.
7 minutes, 40 to go here. 3rd down as the Marauders try to get the Eagles 4 and out again. Meyer trying to change that look here. Trips left for the Eagles. 1 man on the right, 1 man in the backfield along with Bodie Meyer, the quarterback. Ball is snapped. Meyer dropping back to pass. Pressure coming quickly. Pass is completed to number 14. He's got a lot of room to run on the right side and does get into a huge gain. Finds a hole, gets the first down. That pass completed, to 44. Spencer Smith, the defensive end, gets his way all the way from the 5 down to the Eagle 40.
And you're going to see here, you see that little jersey tug right there? I believe that's what the penalty is going to be on. So this will probably be coming back for the Flagstaff Eagles. A great play setup, but you can see right on the replay here, right down there by the side, just kind of tugged on the Marauders jersey. You can see that white extend, and out comes the laundry, and the Marauders still on top of it here. What a good play, though, by Flag.
Great job by Meyer to get rid of that ball as pressure was coming in. Brazen Durkalek was close on the edge, and Meyer did a phenomenal job of completing that pass to Spencer Smith. And I mean, Spencer Smith, when you're 6'2" and mostly muscle, it's kind of hard to bring down. So
yeah, he had some speed too.
Yeah.
He got. I don't know that you actually had to hold the Marauder there on offense. He would have beat him to the outside, but nonetheless, the Marauders will take it.
3rd and 7.
So it'll be 3rd and 7 here as the Eagles try to convert this time. Of course, their last attempt resulting in a penalty. Meyer again operating out of the backfield. Spencer Smith lined up alongside him. Meyer takes the snap, dropping back to pass, looking quickly, pressure coming. Marauders bringing him down. Is that Austin Wharf with the tackle? It is.
What scrambling Marauder defense. That is awesome to see. They're buzzing out there, Philip.
I told you last week the defensive line was one of the best aspects of the Marauders last week, and Austin Wharf doing a phenomenal job of coming off the edge on the left side and getting that sack and bringing up 4th and long now for the Eagles, who are now going to have to punt again, and Brazen Durkalek is lined up on the 50-yard line this time.
I like it. The good coaching strategy there. You can see almost each play, you got guys coming off the edge, you got guys stunting on the inside, crisscrossing each other, really trying to throw that offense off.
Meyer's going to punt it from deep into the end zone. Durkalek's going to return it around the 45, cut back, looking to get past the 40. Instead, he'll be swarmed by some green jerseys and brought down at the Eagle 45-yard line. And it'll be 1st and 10 for the Marauders with 6:11 to go.
Yeah, and pretty crucial that at this point in the game, early on, first quarter, Marauders already have a 7-0 lead to get down and capitalize on this. They're getting the ball at about midfield here after holding Flagstaff, which is very, very impressive considering their air game that they have, and the Marauders got to capitalize and go down and get some more points.
Another thing as well is keeping this rhythm going throughout the game as well. I mean, we know Flagstaff's going to make adjustments at halftime, but Mingus has got to keep this momentum going as Harrison lines up under center. Arnado lined up behind him. Again, ball spotted on the Eagle 45. Harrison's going to roll out left. He's got a lot of room to run. Loretto gives him a lead block going past the 30, 35, 20, and Harrison's brought down around the 20-yard line. What a great quarterback boot for a first down.
Incredible setup, great execution. Look at Loretto out there on your screen. He's going to set up the initial block that sets Harrison right to the outside. Great job by the Marauders offense execution-wise.
So now to be 1st and 10 for the Marauders on the Eagle 20. Of course, 7-0 our score on our Larry Green Chevrolet scoreboard. An opening kick return touchdown for Angelo Alvarez. We've got about 6 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Marauders looking to go up by 2 touchdowns.
Just inside the Eagle 20-yard line.
An offensive line feeding off some momentum right now, Philip.
Harrison will operate in the shotgun formation. 2 wide receivers right. Alvarez lined up in the backfield, man in motion. Now it's going to be trips right. Harrison's going to look to pass. There is a flag on the field. Quick pass is completed to Alvarez. Alvarez cutting past the 10, now around the 5. Alvarez brought down around the goal line. Of course, there is a penalty on the field, so we'll see if that gets brought back. If not, it's going to be 1st and goal for the Marauders.
Just incredible execution again. Not sure if Alvarez, if that was on purpose or on accident, but Alvarez kind of falls down.
I think it was on accident.
The Eagle goes right in the back, and then Alvarez wide open.
Yeah.
Great job by Harrison to find him.
That penalty is going to come back against the Marauders, which is unfortunate. So we will try that again here.
A couple of big penalties on each side of the ball.
Holding penalty.
Big penalty, and now here the Marauders are with a big penalty that sets them back.
The Marauders last week had 12 penalties for 120 yards against Yunker.
They got to clean that up. Got to clean that up. And boy, so far 1 penalty in the first quarter. Let's keep it at the 1.
Yeah. Well, we'll see if Harrison can convert and get another first down for the Marauders and get them back where they were around the goal line. Marauders are going to operate on the Eagle 25. Harrison dropping back to pass, pressure coming. It is completed to Ian Contreras over the middle. Small gain, but it'll move the chains a little bit for the Marauders.
Yeah, not much there, but just enough to keep Harrison's momentum up. That's another completed pass for him. He's feeling comfortable in the pocket. Look at that pressure coming off the edge of the Eagles. Good job by Harrison to stand in there, take the hit, and deliver a good football.
So to bring up second down for the Mingus Union Marauders. Ball on the Eagle 22. 3 wide receivers right, Harrison and Alvarez in the backfield. Freddie Jimenez lined up on the left. Harrison looking to get the Marauders into the end zone. Had a couple opportunities early on. Pressure coming on the right side. Harrison's going to roll right, looking for somebody. He's got a man in the back of the end zone. Austin Wharf is in and out of his hands. Incomplete pass. Real close opportunity for the Marauders. Unfortunately goes out of the hands of the intended receiver.
So close, just off the fingertips. And what patience by Harrison. Love seeing that out of the quarterback. He's kind of breaking out towards the sidelines on a scramble. Just gives his wide receiver all the time in the world to set up and turn around just off the fingertips.
So the Marauders will try it again here on third down. That home run opportunity for Mingus, unsuccessful. Again, the ball spotted on the Eagle 22.
Taking chances through the air. Talked about
I love it. Yeah. Again, trips left here with Harrison and Alvarez in the backfield. Wharf lined up on the right, the lone receiver. Harrison's going to drop back to pass. Pressure coming quickly. Quick pass is completed to Freddie Jimenez. Jimenez gets a blocker. He's still going. Is it enough for the first down? I think it might be.
Oh, another great play execution by the Marauders. Harrison knows the pressure's coming. You can see a replay. He knows they're going to come on. That's definitely some sort of a screen setup, and that's going to move the chains for the Marauders. What another drive this offense is having.
Yeah, great. Like you said, just a great job of Zach Harrison to see the pressure coming and get that ball out of his hands as quickly as possible. And Freddie Jimenez right there for the reception. So 3 minutes, 50 seconds to go here in the first quarter. It is first down for the Marauders. We've got a timeout on the side, timeout on the field. We'll take one as well. 3:55 to go here in the first quarter. Mingus leads 7-0.
The Suzy Q Market is the most convenient stop for road trips with 1,500 beverage selections and plenty of snacks. And save on fuel with the Marathon Make It Count reward program. The Suzy Q drive-thru window is the most convenient way to stop for those essentials on the way home.
Road trips start here with something for everyone.
At Suzy Q.
Shop local first, always.
Go Marauders!
3:55 here in the first quarter as the Mingus Union Marauders lead the Flagstaff Eagles 7-0. Philip Catalfamo alongside Nick Yatsinko. Want to welcome you back here on Verde Valley TV and KYBC. The Marauders got the scoring going early with a kick return touchdown on the opening kickoff from Angelo Alvarez. And now they're over by their first and goal.
Looking to get it done by the offense now. Huge. It's huge momentum. Harrison's got this Marauder offense looking sharp.
Harrison under center, 2 men in the backfield. Harrison takes the snap. He's going to hand it off. Alvarez right side into the end zone. Touchdown Marauders. They'll take a 2-touchdown lead.
What a run by Alvarez. Nice job by that Mingus offensive line. Just spreading it out a little bit. You're going to see the replay here. It's not like we're bunched up, but we got some wide receivers out there just doing an outstanding job on that line of scrimmage, opening up a hole for Alvarez.
Coach Anguiano doing a phenomenal job calling plays for the offense here so far. Of course, still a lot of football to be played as Marcus Bueno goes in for his second point after attempt. Mingus leading 13-0. Kick is up. Bueno is Bueno. 14-0 as the Marauders carry a nice lead here in the first quarter. 3:50 to go. Mingus leads 14-0 right here on Verde Valley TV and KYBC.
Since 1925, Tiffany Construction has worked with developers and local and federal government to build, expand, and improve infrastructure, roads, drainage systems, and subdivisions. From concept to completion, the Tiffany Construction team provides a full complement of construction services and state-of-the-art delivery methods customized to fit your needs and budget. They're Arizona's longest tenured family-owned and operated civil contractor and proudly serving the Verde Valley since 1991. Tiffany Construction, knowledge and experience to bring your project to reality.
.350 to go here in the first quarter. Marcus Bueno will send it downfield to the awaiting Eagles as they stand around the Marauder 5-yard line. Or excuse me, around their own 5-yard line. Bueno will send it downfield. And touchback.
What a kick.
Yeah.
Great way. Set the Eagles up at the 20. You got to make them drive 80 yards. It's a very tough drive. Good job. Marauders defense already carrying some momentum into this drive. You bet.
Well, they had a great defensive stop in the last possession. I will, of course, attribute a little bit of that to the penalty that brought Flagstaff back, the 2 penalties that brought Flagstaff back. Of course, they did have a completion to Spencer Smith that was called back, which would have been a first down initially. But new drive here for the Flagstaff Eagles. We'll see what they can do. 1st and 10. Ball spotted on their own 20-yard line. 14-0, the Mingus Union Marauders lead. Meyer under center, 2 wide receivers on both ends, man in the backfield, man in motion. Meyer hands it off. Salcido trying to get some room to run. He will get about a 4-yard gain on that run up the gut, but it'll bring up 2nd down.
Yeah, tough running by Salcido, and if you're the Flagstaff Eagles, that's a smart play. You got to open up the passing game, and to do that, you have to have some good, successful runs. So Salcido able to muscle right through that line of scrimmage and get a few yards.
So 2nd down and about 5 for the Flagstaff Eagles. Ball spotted on their own 25. Meyer trying to convert the first down here. Wide receivers on both ends, man in the backfield. Meyer takes the snap, hands it off again up the middle. That's going to be enough for a first down for Salcido, and a little bit more. Gets brought down around the 40-yard line. Good run by Marcus Salcido.
Yeah, big run, and that's we're going to get a big helping of Salcido running that football because Flagstaffs want to buy some time with their quarterback to drop back and throw a ball. And the way to do that is to just keep executing the run like they're doing.
So now to be up 1st and 10 here for the Flagstaff Eagles. Ball on the 39-yard line. Meyer operating out of the shotgun here. Waiting for the snap, takes it. He's going to hand it off. Salcido running to the right side. He's got room to run. Coming in to shut him down is number 3 for the Mingus Union Marauders. That is Mike Grijalda. So Grijalda able to get the tackle and shut down that run. Salcido had some room to run, but Grijalda doing a great job of shutting down that run.
He comes in from almost that safety position. You can see right on the replay here. He's way in the deep backfield for the Marauders and runs right up and gets that tackle. That's a good job.
Now it'll again it'll bring up a 2nd down here for the Eagles. Ball is snapped low, and Myers can only grab it and run a little bit. Islas able to tackle him right at the line, so it'll bring up 3rd down here.
No gain on the play.
No gain on that run.
Broken play there by the Eagles. Marauders, hey, you got to capitalize on it, and they did. Keep them at that line of scrimmage.
Who would you say in the NFL in terms of quarterbacks does a great job with broken plays? Aaron Rodgers would be the first one I'd think of.
Well, I mean, Tom Brady.
Tom Brady, yeah. Russell Wilson is another one.
Tom Brady.
Many a times I've seen Russell Wilson run all over my 49ers. But anyway, Meyer takes the snap out of the backfield. Pass is incomplete and intended for Nick Morrow on the left side on a slant route. It's going to bring up 4th down.
Just behind the intended receiver.
Yeah, Meyer's got to take a little bit more time on that because he really did. He had enough time. And that was from the Eagles developing a good run game this drive. Just kind of puts it right behind them, but the Marauders do a good job of coverage, really.
So now it'll be 4th and 7 as the Eagles will look to punt. Ball spotted on the 42-yard line. Meyer will be in the backfield to punt it away. We'll see, maybe the Eagles try a little trickery here.
We'll see if the Marauders aren't ready for that.
Ball is snapped, and they will punt it. Meyer will send it downfield. Dirkelek waiting around the 20-yard line. It'll take a hop and keep rolling. Excuse me, that was Dirkelek waiting for the kick return. It'll roll right around the 13-yard line, and that's where the Marauders will start their drive. Minute 12 to go here in the first quarter. Mingus Union leading 14-0 on our Larry Green Chevrolet scoreboard. Completely different storyline, Nick, than to where we were last year when we were at Coconino High School, and it was 7-0 Flagstaff.
Yeah, we already put up double the points that we scored against Flag and Coconino combined. Yeah. So great job, great start for the Marauders this game. And let's see if Harrison's got this fine-tuned offense ready to go. Looks like, about 88 yards here for the touchdown.
Yeah, going to be a little bit of a trek here as the ball is spotted on the 18-yard line. The Marauder 18. Harrison in the shotgun formation. Trips right, one on the left. Man in the backfield, that's Arnado, excuse me. They're going to hand it off to Arnado. Ball is loose and snapped. Flagstaff's going to pick it up and fall around the 3-yard line. Fumble recovery will give the Eagles an opportunity.
Just a broken play, and I don't know that anybody knew that ball was out. I think Harrison might have thought the running back had it. Here you can see the replay. And
it looks like
Arnado thought Harrison had it, and I think that thing just kind of went the wayside. Eagles, boy, what an opportunity they have.
So on the transition from Harrison to Arnado, like you said, Nick, somebody didn't let go or grab the ball when they were supposed to, so the ball was loose, recovered by the Eagles. They'll start on the Marauder 4-yard line, first and goal for the Eagles as they look to get on the scoreboard for the first time tonight. Meyer in the backfield, waiting to take the snap under center. Two wide receivers on the right. They're going to hand it off. Salcido right back at the line. Maybe a gain of 1 on that run up the middle.
Yeah, nice job. That's a great job of that Mingus defense to just get real sharp right away and shut those guys down at the line of scrimmage. Because that's a lot of momentum that Flagstaff gets. Yep. Getting that ball right on the doorstop.
Second and goal here in the first quarter with about 40 seconds to go. Eagles looking to get into the end zone. Do want to thank a few of our Mingus Union sponsors here: All Price Insurance, Taylor Waste, and Yavapai College. Taylor Waste, service tailored to your needs. Meyer will operate under center. Salcido in the backfield. Meyer takes the snap. He's going to roll left. He's got some room to run. Meyer maybe looking for a last-second pass. Freddie Jimenez trying to bring him down. Marauders shut him down right at the goal line.
Oh, what a tackle. Wharf
Freddie Jimenez, and Wharf.
Jimenez, those guys made such a good team effort. Check this replay out here. He's going to scramble. Bodie's going to scramble and look like he's going to get in. Yeah. Jimenez says nope. He tries to strip the ball, and then the rest of the Marauders help take him down.
Jimenez, Dirkelek, Wharf all on the tackle there as we end the second quarter. The Marauders will carry a 14-0 lead going into quarter number 2. We're inside the J. Lawrence Walkup Skydome here at Northern Arizona University as the Marauders lead the Flagstaff Eagles. Stay with us here on KYBC and Verde Valley TV.
The Suzy Q Market is the most convenient stop for road trips with 1,500 beverage selections and plenty of snacks. And save on fuel with the Marathon Make It Count reward program. The Suzy Q drive-thru window is the most convenient way to stop for those essentials on the way home.
Road trips start here with something for everyone.
At Suzy Q.
Shop local first, always.
Go Marauders!
2 things we can count on every year:
a new set of tax rules and great weather here in Northern Arizona.
Jackson Hewitt Tax Service, locally owned and operated by Lewis Rice since 1997, is here for you all year long.
Your neighborhood Jackson Hewitt Tax Office will help you in all of your taxing situations.
Electronic filing is always free with your tax preparation at Jackson Hewitt Tax Service.
Get more in return. Call 1-800-234-1040 for an office near you.
It is third and goal here as we get the second quarter started at the J. Lawrence Walkup Skydome here at Northern Arizona University. Philip Catalfamo alongside Nick Yatsinko. The Mingus Union Marauders lead 14-0 against the Flagstaff Eagles. Bodie Meyer, the quarterback for the Eagles, going to drop back to pass. Pressure coming quickly into the arms of the big receiver, Nick Morrow, for a touchdown, and the Eagles will get on the board.
Yeah, and that's just a good execution by Flagstaff. Marauders think they're going to run. They stack that line of scrimmage. You can see it right there on your replay. Bodie drops back, throws it right over the top, and that's a great play.
It does help when your receiver is 6'8".
Yeah, sure.
As you can see, you can't see it on KYBC, but in our replay here on Verde Valley TV, you can kind of see Nick Morrow for a second there point up to the sky to Bodie Meyer to say, just toss it up a little high. I'm sure I can get it. And he did. And he pulled it in for a touchdown. 6-14 here as the Eagles go for the point after attempt. It is up and good. The conversion there from the kicker, Manny Soto, will make this a 7-14 game. 11:56 here in the second quarter. Mingus will get an opportunity on offense. Stay with us.
With 11:56 remaining.
Yavapai College has 6 campuses and centers in Sedona, the Prescott area, and the Verde Valley. With more than 100 degree and certificate programs, YC has what you need to jumpstart your academic journey. Our athletics teams are some of the best in the nation, and we have plenty of student-led clubs, organizations, and activities. Our full-time student discount makes YC the most affordable option in Arizona for a full-time student. Learn more today at yc.edu.
Soto will be on to send it downfield as Angelo Alvarez looks to get the second quarter going here. 11:56 to go. The Eagles able to get on the board to start the second quarter, and that makes our score 14-7 as the Mingus Union Marauders currently lead the Flagstaff Eagles. Soto will send it downfield. Alvarez makes the return around the 5. He was able to get a opening kick touchdown return. Let's see if he can do it again. Alvarez got some room to run, cuts back, and is brought down, at the 30.
Yeah, good job by Alvarez, just getting shifty in there, finding his way through a few blocks, and coming up with a good return, because he caught that, about the 6-yard line, so that's a good return.
So the Marauders will start on the 30-yard line, their own 30.
Harrison's got to have these guys fine-tuned now. After that last mistake, we'll call it, that's just a hiccup. You got to get on the sidelines and forget about it. Come back in and execute.
Harrison under center. Waiting to take the snap. He will. He'll hand it off right side. Nope, he's going to roll out to pass. Harrison wide open is Ian Contreras. He'll make the catch. Contreras going past the 50. Now past the 40, the 30, the 25, 20, the 15, the 10. Ian Contreras, welcome to the Marauder offense.
What a play by the Marauders, set up beautifully.
Oh, there's penalties.
And now we got flags on the field, but this looks like possibly celebration.
Yes.
The Marauders are definitely hugging each other in the backfield now, but what a job by Jimenez. Jimenez is on the outside. Give Contreras all the credit for running that touchdown in, but Jimenez looks behind him, sets up a great block, and Contreras scampers into the end zone.
I will say Freddie Jimenez was wide open around the 45-yard line, but Ian Contreras, we saw him utilized a little bit more in the offense last week, 52 yards receiving and a touchdown. He continues that momentum, Nick. If we had fantasy football, I'd say to just start him this week because he's having a great week so far.
Hey, Coach Montebaya's got these guys fired up for Eagle Week. Hey, he's another one who played under Coach Young, and that definition of Eagle Week comes in.
So we are waiting here the final call on what the penalties were as the referees get coordinated here. We're under the suspicion that it might be excessive celebration, but we'll see what happens. 11:36 to go in the second quarter. Mingus Union looking to make this a 21-7 game. Harrison takes the snap. Marcus Bueno, the point after attempt. 3 for 3 for number 6. And our reigning Verde Lee Market player of the game, Marcus Bueno. Marauders lead 21-0. Stay with us here on Verde Valley TV and KYBC.
I'm Chris.
And I'm Tandy, owners of Taylor Waste.
We're homegrown in the Verde Valley and nearly your last local choice.
We want to be your first choice for residential and small business garbage service.
Get a free month service when you make the switch to Taylor Waste.
And enjoy monthly service as low as $16 per month.
Visit TaylorWaste.com for more information.
Or to start service, call Taylor Waste at 649-2662.
Taylor Waste, service tailored to your needs.
Ian Contreras making his presence known in the Marauder offense. A huge receiving touchdown to put Mingus Union up 21-7 here inside the J. Lawrence Walkup Skydome. Philip Catalfamo alongside Nick Yatsinko. Nick, who are these Marauders?
Yeah, Contreras, 2 catches, 75 yards. Hello, Flagstaff Eagles.
Yeah.
Welcome in the Marauders to the Skydome, and we're looking sharp tonight.
Marcus Bueno will send it downfield as the Marauders carry a 2-touchdown lead. Ball will be returned around the 20. That'll be number 4. That is Holden Senna. Senna trying to get some room here around the 40. He will get brought down at around the 42-yard line on the Eagles side of the 42. So we'll see what the Eagles defense can do to respond. They were able to score at the start of this quarter. Of course, 11:28 to go in the second. Mingus leading 21-7, but Bodie Meyer trying to get this offense going here for Flagstaff. As we know, there's still a whole half of football to be played. Still the rest of the second quarter, of course. So, but right now, Mingus looking good.
Yeah, and Flag's got to put together an offensive drive.
Right.
That last touchdown that they scored, that was a giveaway, if you will, by the Marauders. They gave it away almost inside the 10-yard line. So right here, Bodie and the Flagstaff Eagles are going to look to put a drive together. Hey, or a big play like the Marauders just had.
Meyer under center, waiting to take the snap. He will. He's going to hand it off. Right back at the line, shut down. Gunnar Price, the intended runner, and the Marauders shut it down immediately.
Yeah, and boy, Price a little shaken up after that
good.
one. He was met before he got to the line of scrimmage by a couple of those big defensive linemen for the Mingus Marauders. And that's just a great start to the defensive series.
We'll take a look at the replay here, and Nick, you nailed it. Of course, the Marauder defensive line doing a great job of breaking right through the holes of the Flagstaff offensive line. Of course, Gunnar Price did make his way off the field on his own power. Hopefully we'll see him very soon, but he will not be in for this play at least. So Meyer will operate in the shotgun formation, trips right, one receiver on the left. Salcido, the running back. Meyer's going to drop back, try to air it out. He will. He's looking deep for Morrow. Morrow incomplete along the sideline.
Yep, nice job by Jimenez, staying with him stride for stride and not getting any physical with that wide receiver at the end because, boy, like you said, Morrow's got that height to him. So that anytime there's some contact, they might throw that flag, and Marauders do a great job of defensive coverage.
So now to bring up 3rd and 12 for the Mingus Union Marauders.
3rd and 12 now for the Eagles.
Or excuse me, for the Flagstaff Eagles, excuse me. Ball spotted on the Eagle 39. 10:42 to go here in the second quarter. Meyer again operating out of that shotgun formation.
And Marauders all business tonight so far.
Oh yeah. Well, this was supposed to be a home game for the Marauders.
They're playing like it.
Meyer takes the snap, dropping back to pass, pressure coming in. Meyer swarmed by a bunch of Marauder defensive linemen, brought down at the line of scrimmage. It'll bring up 4th down.
Incredible. Great job by Islis there on the defensive line. Almost looked like Bodie knew he was going to take off with that. You can see the replay here. He can't find anybody in his initial scan of the field, so just tucks it and nowhere to go. Great job by that Mingus defensive line.
So now the Eagles will punt. Brazen Derkelek will hang around the 20-yard line.
Derkelek back to receive the punt.
10 minutes left to go here in the second. Like we mentioned, still a whole half of football to be played. But right now the storyline is all Marauders. Meyer sends a short kick around the 40. It's going to take a hop and stop at the 39.
Yep, nice job. Everyone yelling, fire, fire, fire down there. Get away from that football. Nice short punt, which will give Zach Harrison and that Marauder offense a little bit of a shorter field than they had last time.
Tyson Buckley, the man who was able to make the stop there.
Marauders will have it at their own 40-yard line.
And boy, being able to put it up and throw it in the air here is only going to help that running game tremendously for the Marauders.
1st and 10 for the Mingus Union Marauders on their own 39-yard line. 9:50 to go here in the second quarter. Harrison takes the snap. He's going to roll out to his left, looking downfield. Harrison in and out of the hands of Wharf. Incomplete.
Close, very, very close. Yeah, just off Wharf's fingertips. And if Wharf can catch that, bring that in, that's about a 20-yard play. And that's fine. The Marauders have got the looks, huh? They've got the space out there. Wide receiver is doing a great job of running their routes. and the Eagles kind of catch a break on that one.
So now bring up 2nd and 10 for Mingus Union. Again, the ball spotted on their own 39. 9:45 to go here in the second quarter. Mingus leading 21-7 against the Flagstaff Eagles on the road at NAU. Harrison under center. Man in the backfield, that's Alvarez. Harrison takes the snap. He's going to hand it off to the right side. That's Hunter Perkins. Perkins' first run of the night does result in a few extra yards. Not enough for the first down, but we'll get the Marauders 3rd and inches. But maybe the ball was loose. Not sure who the possession arrow is going to go towards. A lot of the Eagles are pointing towards their side of the field, but I think Perkins was down before any kind of football came out. So it'll bring up 3rd down for the Mingus Union Marauders as they look to convert here.
A couple of the Eagles trying to influence those refs, and it just didn't work. We couldn't quite see it down there. They're on the far side of the field, but Perkins, nonetheless, with a good shifty run, able to get 5 or 6 yards on that.
3rd and 4 for the Marauders as they look to convert here. Ball on their own 35-yard line. Harrison's going to hand it off. Alvarez breaks a tackle. Will it be enough for a first down? I think he's got the forward progress, and yes, he does. First down, Marauders.
I mean, that's just an incredible play. Incredible to go right back to a running play on a 3rd and 4. Give it to Alvarez, a different weapon that the Marauders have to use, and Alvarez able to use his speed and just get that first down, keep the drive going.
1st and 10 here as the ball is on the Eagle 49-yard line.
Along with Colin Doucette, number 21.
1st and 10 for Mingus Union. 8:40 to go here in the second quarter. Harrison operating in the backfield here. 2 wide receivers on both ends. Arnaudo in the backfield. Harrison takes the snap, dropping back to pass. Harrison, quick pass over the middle, is completed on the right side, and no, it'll be incomplete. Pass intended to Wharf.
Close. It looked like maybe Wharf had it, but obviously must have hit the turf right before. And I'll tell you what, I really love that maturity by Zach Harrison. Zach Harrison comes up to the line on that previous play, doesn't like what he sees. And you can clearly see him making the audible, which is why I took a little bit for that snap. And good job by Harrison, taking leadership out there, that senior, and able to make a good play, almost a good play happen.
2nd and 10 here for the Mingus Union Marauders on the Eagles 49. Harrison will operate under center. Alvarez in the backfield. 2 wide receivers on both ends. Harrison takes the snap, flips it left. Alvarez has got a lot of room to run on the left side. Just got 1 man to beat for the first down. He'll get brought down. First down, Mingus Union.
And nice job by Alvarez running that football. And boy, Flagstaff don't even want to go after him, tackle him. He's a nasty runner. You're going to watch it right here. I like that running style. He's going to get the pitch. Look at that speed he uses to get to the outside. And once he gets there and you're a defender coming at him, he is making it known that he is going to stiff arm you.
Yeah.
He's showing you, hey, come at me, come at me. There you go. That's a good run right there by Alvarez.
So 1st and 10 for the Marauders here. Great run by Angelo Alvarez. Ball will be spotted on the Eagle 38. Harrison waiting for the snap in the backfield. Takes it. He's going to run himself right up the middle. Just get a small gain on that quarterback draw. Had the option there with Alvarez. Didn't take it. Decided to run up the middle, so to bring up 2nd down.
Yeah, it's smart play just to kind of lean forward and get those yards by Harrison. He had to make a quick juke at the line of scrimmage. But, nonetheless, Marauders offense driving and looking sharp.
Now to bring up 2nd and about 7. 7 minutes, 23 to go here.
Harrison's got to be feeding off that offensive line, telling these guys in the huddle, nice job, boys. Keep it up. Keep up the momentum.
Yeah, the offensive line has done a phenomenal job so far, giving Harrison time to pass, giving the Marauders time to run their offense on the ground. Harrison now under center, takes the snap. He's going to hand it off right to the right side to Alvarez. Alvarez fighting off a few green jerseys. He is still on his feet and is finally brought down. He is losing a shoe, but he's up.
What a tough, I'm surprised he didn't lose a jersey and his shoulder pads on that. A lot of Eagles to take him down.
Yeah, a few Eagles trying to take down Angelo Alvarez.
Forward progress.
They'll call forward progress, so it'll be a small gain for the Mingus Union Marauders. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
Bring up 3rd and 8 for
and they're comfortable. You can tell the Marauders are comfortable. Even the way they're kind of getting in the huddle, they're comfortable right now. They got a rhythm, and that offensive line, the coaching staff of the Marauders got a good strategy going on so far.
But it's the Eagles. I want one more score maybe before we head to half. One more. 6:20 to go here. Harrison's going to drop back to pass, looking right. Tossing it over the top. Perkins, incomplete. Too far out in front of Hunter Perkins, but not a bad look there from Zach Harrison.
No, I like the deep ball. That's a great job. And just out of the reach of Perkins, Harrison threw it to where the Flagstaff Eagles safety could not get to it, and to where only his wide receiver could. Just didn't work out, but I like the attempt.
We'll see if the Marauders try to go for it here, or if they try to pin the Eagles deep. It is 4th and 8. Ball is spotted on the Eagle 36-yard line. So Marauders pooched it last time when it was 4th down. We'll see what they do here. See if they try to go for it on 4th and 8. Harrison under center. Takes the snap. He's going to roll out left. Blocker ahead. Harrison looking for the first down. He's got it. Going past the 20. The 15 gets tackled around the 10. The Marauders get another first.
Man, on the fake scramble, that's the beauty of that little pooch kick that the Marauders do. Here's Harrison's going to pick it up, scramble with it, and he's gone. Off to the races. What a job by this Marauders offense to move down the field.
1st and 10 on the Eagle 10. The Marauders are knocking on the door at another score. 21-7 here with 6:04 to go in the second quarter. And a great run by Zach Harrison to pick up the first down and put the Marauders into scoring position.
And you know what they're also doing is keeping that Flagstaff Eagles offense off the field.
That's right.
Now. It's a great drive for the Marauders.
Harrison in the backfield along with Alvarez. 2 wide receivers on both ends. Harrison takes the snap. He's going to run to that option. Flip it left to Alvarez. Alvarez spins off a man, does get a small gain. There is a flag on the field, so we'll see if it's going against Mingus or for Mingus, and it will be against the Marauders, so that's going to push them back.
And they're going to call it an illegal chop block.
Okay.
That means somebody was already blocking one of the Eagles, and then somebody else came in right at the knees or a little bit lower. Can't do that.
So that's going to bring the Marauders back around the 20-yard line here.
Yeah, boy, that's a big penalty.
That's a big penalty. Yeah, you're right. It is a big penalty. And, in fact, that's going to bring the Marauders around to the Eagles' 25-yard line.
That's a big 1st and goal.
So it'll be 1st and goal, but it's 1st and goal and deep with 5:55 to go here in the second quarter. Again, Mingus holding on to a 2-touchdown lead. Looking to make that 3 as Harrison makes his way back onto the field. Try to relay the play to his coaches. Again, the ball spotted on the Eagle 25. 1st and goal, but it's a long 1st and goal. Harrison under center. Man in the backfield, that's Alvarez. Harrison takes the snap, hands it off. Alvarez right side's got some room to run. Alvarez getting something on the edge. Alvarez into the end zone. Touchdown Marauders.
What an incredible job by this Mingus offense executing at its finest. At its absolute finest. You can see the replay here. Boy, that's just a short handoff to Alvarez. Flagstaff doesn't even see him in the backfield, and he just off to the races he goes.
Angelo was a little slow to get up, but he did make his way off the field on his own power, so hopefully Angelo will be back on the field for the Marauders a little bit later in this game. Right now, 27-7, trying to make it a 28-7 game. 5:27 to go here in the second quarter. Marcus Bueno on for the point after. Kick is up. And it is good. Marcus Bueno has been so good for the Marauders, and he helps extend this Marauder lead 28-7, 5:27 to go here in the second quarter. Stay with us on Verde Valley TV and KYBC.
You're going to love the new interactive website from Roxu Screen Printers. Now you can create your custom t-shirt design online. Simply choose a t-shirt or hat style, easily upload your logo, or create the perfect design. Workwear, tees, uniforms, polos, and caps, and let's not forget those special occasion tees, all designed online by you. Go to ROKZOO.com, Roxu Screen Printing in Cottonwood, where clothing comes to rock. 24/7 at the all-new Roxu.com.
What an exciting start to this game for the Mingus Union Marauders, up 28-7 with 5:27 to go here in the second quarter. Philip Catalfamo alongside Nick Yatsinko. You can see it on our Larry Green Chevrolet scoreboard. It has been Marauders all game so far, as the Eagles will return it around the 5-yard line, looking to get something going offensively around the 20, looking to go maybe past the 25, still on his feet and still going now past the 40, is brought down around the 43-yard line. You want to talk about a little momentum push for the Eagles. That return might just do it.
Yeah, that's good, and that's a good job on the flip side of that Marauders containment team, able to chase him down. That's Jaden Wetzel on the return. Good job by Jaden to find some open areas and get to that the sidelines.
So now to be 1st and 10. Ball on the 37-yard line for the Flagstaff Eagles. On their own 37, looking to get into the end zone. Haven't scored since the start of this quarter. 28-7.
And for the Eagles, you don't see them rushing right now. They've really got to establish a rhythm.
You still got a whole quarter of football.
Right, and they got to establish a good series here.
Meyer under center, takes the snap, hands it off to the right side. That is Wetzel. He'll only get a small gain on that run.
Wetzel with the carry.
Maybe a gain of 2 on that one. Going to bring up 2nd down.
Yeah, more kudos going right to that Marauders defensive line, keeping the Eagles just, like I said, 2 yards, maybe under that. And Jaden trying to get through the line of scrimmage, but there's just nowhere to go.
So to bring up 2nd down here for the Eagles. Ball spotted on their own 35 on that small 2-yard run by Wetzel. Meyer under center. Salcido in the backfield. Meyer takes the snap. Rolling out right, looking for somebody deep. He's got Morrow. Morrow with the completion around the 40. Morrow stiff arms his way around the 35-yard line, steps out of bounds, but Nick Morrow, the big receiver, picks up a huge 1st down for the Eagles.
Yeah, huge play for the Eagles, and that's exactly what they wanted here. That's going to build some momentum.
Timeout.
I'm not sure that's going to be a timeout.
We get a timeout on the side of the Mingus Union Marauders. We'll let the replay play as we take a break here. Stay with us on Verde Valley TV and KYBC.
Choose the region's most comprehensive heart program. Choose care close to home. Choose world-class surgeons. Choose Northern Arizona Healthcare.
Choose precision. Choose innovation. Choose robotic-assisted knee and hip replacement. Choose Northern Arizona Healthcare.
Want to welcome you back here. 4 minutes and 28 seconds inside the J. Lawrence Walkup Skydome here at Northern Arizona University. Mingus Union Marauders leading 28-7 against the Flagstaff Eagles. A complete different shift, Nick, to when we were here last year. Not, of course, inside the dome. We were at Coconino High School, but where Flagstaff was up 7-0.
What a start to region play.
Yeah.
This is a big statement game here for the Grand Canyon region, and Marauders looking sharp so far.
Meyer under center. He's going to roll out left, looking for somebody. He's going to pass it. It'll be completed on the left side around the 15-yard line. That pass completed to Jake Weidinger. Weidinger's first reception is going to result in another Eagle 1st down. We talked about this passing offense for the Eagles, and now they're starting to get something cooking.
Yeah, here it is, and that's what Bodie wants back there. He's getting comfortable. Marauders got to go back to that stunting defense, maybe bringing someone off the edge. Right now, the Eagles are finding some rhythm.
So 1st and 10 here on the Marauder 24, or excuse me, a little bit closer than that, maybe the Marauder 18, as Meyer is going to take the snap. Rolling out right. Meyer looking for somebody. It is completed to the right side. That is number 80 on the reception.
To the Eagles, number 80, Ethan Iup.
That is Ethan Iup.
Had a flag
Iup
on the play.
does make the reception, but there is a flag on the field. So we'll see if that one gets brought back. It will be a penalty on the side of the Eagles.
And that's Marauders going to have to capitalize on that, because right now the Eagles got some great momentum going into the end zone.
Well, you don't want, of course, a touchdown on the side of the Eagles and then a turnover on the side of the Marauders. I mean, even if the Eagles don't score again, that's a good offensive drive and then a great defensive stop. I mean, going into the second half, maybe if we were in the fourth quarter, obviously feel a little bit more confident, but the Eagles offense, it's going to kick off at some point.
Dangerous.
Yes.
You got a lot of weapons. We've already seen Morrow go up and get some of these catches. Boy, Marauders,
Whitinger's starting to be utilized a little bit.
The Eagles are getting backed up pretty far right now. Marauders got to capitalize on that. And on the other side of it, the Eagles, they got to punch this in here if they want to keep their offense with any sort of momentum into halftime.
First and long for the Eagles here. Ball spotted on the Marauder 21. Meyer operating under center. Salcido in the backfield along with Wetzel. Meyer waiting to take the snap. He will. Meyer, man in motion. That's going to be number 4. That's Senna. Senna on the outside looking to break another tackle. He'll get brought down around the 10-yard line, but a good run there by Holden Senna.
Yeah, and a different weapon for the Eagles. They're kind of going through their arsenal right now, trying to find out what's going to work against the Marauders. And you see Salcido out there, running back, did a great job getting a block on Durkalek, because Durkalek made a great play at the running back, and just a good block by Salcido opens it up for the Eagles.
It'll bring up 2nd and 3 now for the Eagles with 2 minutes and 50 seconds left here in the second quarter. And of course, we will have the halftime show for you here after this quarter is done. And we'll get you ready for second half action. Meyer under center, 2 running backs in the backfield. Meyer takes the snap, hands it off left side. Play action there, hands off the right side. Gunnar Price has got a lot of room to get into the end zone. He will. The reverse. The initial handoff is instead given to Gunnar Price, and Price is able to get into the end zone and get the Eagles back on the board. 13-28 our score.
A little bit of trickery helping the Eagles out. The reverse worked out very well for him there. Caught the Marauders off guard a little bit. And boy, if you're the Eagles, that's exactly what you need. You had to get some more points going into halftime, because right now we got a dogfight of a regional football game going on.
13-28 here, as Soto will be on to get the extra point. Kick is up, and it is good. 14-28 goes our score. 2 minutes and 30 seconds left here in the first half. Stay with us. Marauders still lead on KYBC and Verde Valley TV.
With 2:31 remaining.
People often refer to Larry Green Chevrolet as the people place. Keeping that reputation is a priority in the community, and with every customer that comes through the door. Larry Green Chevrolet, we're better and we'll prove it. If you're in the market for a new or pre-owned car, truck, van, or SUV, you'll find our selection extensive and the sales team professional and courteous. Visit Larry Green Chevrolet just off Highway 260 next to Walmart, or LarryGreenChevrolet.com.
28-14 is our score as the Mingus Union Marauders currently lead the Flagstaff Eagles. 2 minutes and 30 seconds left here in the first half. Soto will send it downfield to the awaiting Angelo Alvarez, who will return it around the 10. Alvarez makes his way past the 20. Looking for some more fireworks here. Brait beats a man. Now going past the 50. Does Angelo Alvarez have 2 kick return touchdowns? The answer to that is yes, he does. Touchdown, Marauders.
I'm trying not to look stunned here, Philip, but this is incredible. Angelo Alvarez has got this Marauders team just unbelievably focused, and the Marauders are finding the end zone here in the Skydome.
Angelo Alvarez getting into the end zone once again for the Mingus Union Marauders, responding almost immediately to that rushing touchdown from the Flagstaff Eagles, 34-14, and we're still not even done with the first half.
Boy, Alvarez really wants to get back to that player of the game.
Wow.
Doesn't he?
Yeah, I guess so.
Unreal. Unbelievable game so far for that young man. And the Marauders are looking so pristine tonight on their opening night in the region.
Marcus Bueno on for the point after attempt to make it a 35-14 game. He's been perfect so far. Snap is low, but the kick is no problem for Marcus Bueno. 35-14 with 2:16 to go. Want to thank a couple sponsors before we headed to break. Roxu Screen Printers, Jackson Hewitt Rice Accounting, and of course Larry Green Chevrolet. Stay with us here, 2:16 to go.
35 and the Eagles 16.
Starting in the late 1920s, Grandpa Gettle and his brothers laid the groundwork for what would become a family legacy. Almost 100 years and 100 patents later, Gettles High Desert Mechanical continues to raise the bar of quality heating, cooling, and plumbing products and services in the Verde Valley.
Call Gettles High Desert Mechanical Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing at 567-2200 or online at GettlesHDM.com, providing solutions for your comfort. Don't settle, get Gettles, and go Marauders!
Kick is away and returned by Gunnar Price around the 10-yard line of the Flagstaff Eagles, trying to get past the 30. Is Gunnar Price going to respond here? Price cuts back and is finally brought down the 50-yard line, but back-to-back solid returns for the Flagstaff Eagles to start their next opening drive. Nick, we still got 2 minutes and 6 seconds left in the first half.
Seeing a lot of fireworks here in the Grand Canyon.
My goodness.
A lot of fireworks, and you know what? Great job by Bueno to come up with that touchdown-saving tackle. I mean, if he doesn't use a good angle to come at that returner, Flagstaff's on the board, and it's a back-to-back kickoff return touchdowns. But instead, the Eagles' offense still has to get it going. Right now, wow, is how you summarize this game so far. Marauders playing great.
35-14 on our Larry Green Chevrolet scoreboard as the Eagles look to respond after a kickoff touchdown from Angelo Alvarez just a few minutes ago. And of course, Gunnar Price putting the Eagles now on the Marauder 49. 1st and 10 here. Meyer is going to take the snap and roll left. He's going to get a quick pass to the left side. That's completed to Senna. Senna is going to cut back around the 30 and get tackled around the 28-yard line. So that'll pick up the first down for the Eagles and keep their offensive drive going.
Yeah, big chunk play for the Eagles, and that's that air attack we've been talking about. We're seeing a lot more of that, and I'm sure we're going to talk about this at the halftime show, but we are going to see a lot of this air attack from the Eagles in the next half.
1st and 10 here now as the ball is on the Marauder 30. 35-14 our score. Mingus Union leading the Flagstaff Eagles on our Larry Green Chevrolet scoreboard. Meyer under center. 2 running backs in the backfield. Meyer's going to take the snap. It is low. He's only thing he can do is pick it up. Charges his way for a few extra yards, and I think that's going to be enough for a first down. Bodie Meyer making something out of nothing.
The broken play worked for that young man. Quarterback, the ball kind of fumbled right underneath the center. He picks it up and kind of goes incognito at the line of scrimmage. Hey, you're going to see your replay here? Yeah, sure does. 2 Eagles right in front of him. You can't really see him. So then he just kind of barrels upfield for 10 yards.
That was a phenomenal job by Bodie Meyer. It's basically 2nd and inches here for the Flagstaff Eagles. Ball is spotted on the Marauder 21 as Meyer looks to get the Eagles back on the board, down 35-14 with 1:20 to go. Meyer under center, 2 running backs in the backfield. Meyer waiting to take the snap. He does. He's going to roll out to pass. Meyer's got a lot of room to run on the left side. He's going to take advantage. Getting past the 10. He's finally brought down right at the goal line. But a great read by Bodie Meyer to see all that room on the left side and take advantage.
Yeah, that's a wise move by the quarterback. Bodie does a great job scanning the field. Doesn't see anything he likes. So he turns. He sees the wide open field on the left. Takes off for it. Almost gets in the end zone.
1:04 seconds here in the second quarter. 35-14 to go. 1st and goal for the Flagstaff Eagles. Ball on the Marauder 2. Meyer under center in the I formation. He's got Doucette and Salcido in the backfield. Meyer is going to roll right, looking to pass. Wide open, man. It is completed. And the Eagles get on the scoreboard. Holden Senna with a touchdown.
Yeah, just a short touchdown catch. The Eagles do a great job of setting up their wide receivers to get open on that. And, boy, how about these fireworks we got going? This is an offense. This is a gunslinging game we got here.
20-35 as the Eagles look to tack on one more. Make it 21-35 with 40 seconds to go here in the second quarter. Soto awaits the snap. Kick is up. And it is good. It'll make it a 21-35 game here as the Marauders currently lead the Flagstaff Eagles with 40 seconds to go in the second quarter. Stay with us.
35, Flagstaff 21.
Two things we can count on every year.
A new set of tax rules and great weather here in northern Arizona.
Jackson Hewitt Tax Service, locally owned and operated by Lewis Rice since 1997, is here for you all year long.
Your neighborhood Jackson Hewitt Tax Office will help you in all of your taxing situations.
Electronic filing is always free with your tax preparation at Jackson Hewitt Tax Service.
Get more in return. Call 1-800-234-1040 for an office near you.
.42 seconds left here in the first half inside the J. Lawrence Walkup Skydome. Philip Catalfamo alongside Nick Yatsinko. Eagles will send it downfield after that receiving touchdown by Holden Senna. Angelo Alvarez will return it around the 10. He'll go past the 20. He's already got 2 kick returns so far, and it will not result in 3 this time as he's brought down around the 35.
Still surprising that the Eagles are going to kick it to him.
Yeah.
Because Alvarez, even on that kickoff return right there, if he can make that last man miss on the sidelines, he's gone again.
Yeah.
And we're over here on the Flagstaff side, and you can almost hear everybody yelling, keep it away from 23. Alvarez is having a night out there, and the Marauders, with 35 seconds, interesting to see what you do here. You got to play it safe. Ball security is number one. Get into the half with your lead and talk about how you can maintain it. I'm not sure about taking chances here. We'll see what Harrison's got.
Harrison is going to drop back to pass. Pressure coming on the right side. Pass is incomplete. As you can see, Gunnar Price, with the defensive pressure, he might have an intentional grounding call as Harrison goes down.
And boy, that's going to hurt. That intentional grounding is going to hurt. We're going to lose it down. See how many timeouts. Flagstaff looks like they got some timeouts still.
Yeah, they've got 2. Both teams have 2 so far. Where they've only used 1, I should say. So that is going to bring the Marauders back.
Curious to see if maybe we just see a kneel down here to get it to halftime.
And that's got to be the game plan here. You just want to play it safe, execute your running offense, burn the rest of the clock, and then go into the second half and hope you get a defensive stop. Second down and 10 on the 28. Ball spotted on the Marauder 20. Harrison is going to roll out to pass again. Defensive pressure coming. Harrison, quick pass to the left side. Alvarez is incomplete.
And that's going to stop the clock, which is what you want as an Eagle. Right now, the Marauders just looking to kind of survive this half, and it's 22 seconds, and we're already at third down here. This is the Eagles' defense is really enjoying this. The Marauders got to clean it up here to get into halftime.
You know, it's region play. I don't know. Anyway, 3rd and 25 here.
You know, you're on that mindset right now. Everybody's offense is playing great. Everyone's getting in the end zone, so I can see why you're going to take some chances, but you got to be real careful here.
22 seconds to go here in the second quarter. 4th and 20, or 3rd down for the Mingus Union Marauders. Harrison looking to pass. He has got the pass completed to the right side. That's Wharf. So the pass is completed. It's not going to bring up a 3rd down, and instead the Marauders are going to call a timeout with 14 seconds to go in the first half.
Timeout.
Well, interesting to see. We're going to have about a 4th and 15 or 4th and 16 here. Interesting to see what Coach Montevalles has got for us.
Timeout on the side of the Marauders. We'll just stay here. 14 seconds to go in the first half. Mingus Union leading 35-21. You know, in all honesty, I don't know why you don't just run it here. I know, I don't want to criticize the coaching. I'm up here, they're down there, I get it. But with 20 seconds to go in the first half, when you're leading pretty well, I know you're not getting the ball back at halftime.
You've had success though on the ground.
And your defense has been doing a great job of setting up your offense. So why not just
be trying to catch Flagstaff off guard? You know, if we can get our hands on some of these balls, you might have a huge play. We've had some massive plays this entire half, and that goes for Flagstaff too. They've had big plays too. But yeah, right about now, 4th down. They just haven't changed the marker on the field yet, but Marauders got to play it real safe here to not give Flag any sort of a chance to get more points with just 14 seconds left in the half.
Well, we'll see what the Marauders do here on 4th and long. Obviously, the idea would be to punt it deep and try to pin Flagstaff in their own territory and not try to go for it here. Ball is spotted on the Marauder 25.
And surprisingly that we don't line up in the actual punt formation, because you got to be careful with Harrison underneath the center taking that snap. You would imagine we're going to see that pooch kick. Either that, or if Harrison can see an opening, he might take off.
We'll see what they do here. Harrison will operate under center. Alvarez in the backfield. Harrison is going to roll out, and he's going to send that pooch kick down the field. It'll be returned around the 40, take a hop, and continue to roll, get a little bit closer as the Marauders just let that one continue to roll as we end the first half of football. But what a half it has been. Mingus Union leading 35-21 against Grand Canyon region opponent, the Flagstaff Eagles. Nick, we've got a lot to talk about in the halftime show here, but what have you liked just early on?
No, I love the dogfight of a region game. The Marauders come out swinging. Alvarez, 2 kickoff returns for touchdowns. Talk about a statement.
Yep.
He's trying to get player of the region here, and he's doing an outstanding job.
Mingus Union leading 35-21. We'll be back for the halftime show here at J. Lawrence Walkup Arena, or Walkup Skydome here at Northern Arizona University. Stay with us. Halftime show coming up.
People often refer to Larry Green Chevrolet as the people place. Keeping that reputation is a priority in the community and with every customer that comes through the door. Larry Green Chevrolet, we're better and we'll prove it. If you're in the market for a new or pre-owned car, truck, van, or SUV, you'll find our selection extensive and the sales team professional and courteous. Visit Larry Green Chevrolet just off Highway 260 next to Walmart or LarryGreenChevrolet.com.
Starting in the late 1920s, Grandpa Gettle and his brothers laid the groundwork for what would become a family legacy. Almost 100 years and 100 patents later, Gettle's High Desert Mechanical continues to raise the bar of quality heating, cooling, and plumbing products and services in the Verde Valley.
Call Gettle's High Desert Mechanical Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing at 567-2200 or online at GettlesHDM.com, providing solutions for your comfort. Don't settle, get Gettles, and go Marauders!
Choose the region's most comprehensive heart program. Choose care close to home. Choose world-class surgeons. Choose Northern Arizona Healthcare.
Choose precision. Choose innovation. Choose robotic-assisted knee and hip replacement. Choose Northern Arizona Healthcare.
All Price Insurance on Main Street in Cottonwood is your local insurance provider for personal and commercial insurance. Call and compare 23 insurance companies for home, health, auto, RV, motorcycle, boat, or ATV. Specialty insurance and insurance bonds are no problem at All Price Insurance. Call or visit All Price Insurance today.
You're going to love the new interactive website from Roxu Screen Printers. Now you can create your custom t-shirt design online. Simply choose a t-shirt or hat style, easily upload your logo, or create the perfect design. Workwear, tees, uniforms, polos, and caps, and let's not forget those special occasion tees, all designed online by you. Go to ROKZOO.com, Roxu Screen Printing in Cottonwood, where clothing comes to rock. 24/7 at the all-new Roxu.com.
Want to welcome you back here to the J. Lawrence Walkup Skydome on the campus of Northern Arizona University. Philip Catalfamo alongside Nick Yatsinko. The Mingus Union Marauders currently lead 35-21 against the Flagstaff Eagles as we welcome you back here. Nick, what an exciting first half for the Mingus Union Marauders.
Great way to open up region play. How exciting, especially being a Marauder alumni. This brings back so many memories of how you want to start these games. Angelo Alvarez, we're going to talk about plenty of returning touchdowns, returning kicks for touchdowns, running the ball in. The Marauders are looking really sharp right now. Got to go win at halftime. You got to make the right adjustments because Flagstaff's air attack started to come alive here at the end of that half. And you know they're going to come out heavy in the second.
Yeah, and that's got to be the understanding here. We saw that firepower of the offense for Flagstaff start to show its head a little bit at the end of the second quarter, of course, with a receiving touchdown to Nick Morrow, and even the running backs. Gunnar Price was able to get into the end zone. Of course, Holden Senna was able to get into the end zone receiving-wise. But, yeah, you're right. I mean, Marauders cannot take this lead for granted. Of course, we talked about it last week. Well, not you and I, but Jackie Bessel and I talked about limiting those penalty yards. Mingus has done a good job of limiting their penalty yards, and it's going to come in big handy down the stretch here. But like I said, the Eagles' offense is very, very good. And this lead, not a fluke. Mingus' offense is playing great. Their defense is playing great too. But right now, Mingus has just got to keep this momentum going forward.
Yeah, for sure. You got to keep clean on that defensive side of the ball. DBs have got to understand they're going to be coming after him this next half. The running game, the Marauders' interior defensive line has done a great job. We're going to talk about the longevity here of our defensive and offensive linemen. You got Islas, Chote. These guys are going defense and offensive side of the ball in just a dogfight of a game. Not really much going on rushing-wise for Flagstaff. That interior defensive line shutting the Eagles down. And the Marauders' offensive line on the flip side is doing a great job of opening up holes, giving Harrison some time back there. Some Marauders, like you just said, they got to go in, make the right adjustments. How do we maintain this style of play? Because they're playing great.
Yeah, Esteban Loretto on the offensive line for the Mingus Union Marauders. Anthony Islas doing it on both sides of the field as well. Brazen Durkalek, also a offensive, defensive guy. Marauders bringing out all the stops here against the Flagstaff Eagles. Let's take a look at some of the statistics here. Let's start on the side of the Flagstaff Eagles. Of course, their running back, the big number 24, Marcus Salcido. As we take a look there, you've got Bodie Meyer's statistics there. 5 for 8, 63 yards passing. Does have a bunch of rushing yards as well, and 2 passing touchdowns. So Meyer, we know he's going to get started. He is going to get going offensively, and his counterpart Salcido, we'll bring up his statistics here in just a second. He's also running well. 7 carries, 40 yards rushing. I mean, it's only a matter of time before the Eagles erase this 2-touchdown lead and make it an even closer game.
Yeah, and Salcido's really fighting for every inch out there, and he's doing a good job keeping that Marauders defense honest. You got to be honest and play that offensive game, and then all of a sudden Bodie Meyer's opening up and bombing it downfield, and we've seen Morrow with a couple big catches. Yep. What a big wide receiver he is to throw to. So Marauders really got to keep it clean on that defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, it helps when you're 6'8", and everybody else is not 6'8". But regardless of that, Nick Morrow, phenomenal receiver and defensive end for the Flagstaff Eagles for all 4 years here. But look, yeah, you're right. Let's take a look at some of the statistics here for the Mingus Union Marauders. We'll start with Zach Harrison, who's been playing great. 3 for 7 so far, 88 yards passing, had a huge bootleg run that got the Marauders near the goal line. 1 touchdown passing for Harrison. And this is what you want to see from your senior quarterback.
Yeah, no interceptions.
Correct.
Huge. And not having an interception right now in the first region game is just absolutely massive. And that's, you can see he's hitting Contreras, 75 yards on a couple catches and a touchdown.
Yep.
He's feeling it. They're building some chemistry. You talked about Contreras in the pregame show. Last week we saw him a little bit at Yonkers, and this week, boy, he's coming alive, and it's nice to see the Marauders starting to utilize those different weapons.
Yeah, it is nice to see, and of course, like you said, Ian Contreras being utilized in the offense. Of course, Angelo Alvarez, oh my goodness, 7 carries, 53 yards. Of course, 2 of those touchdowns did not come as a rushing touchdown. It came as 2 kick return touchdowns, 1 to start the game, and then 1 right at the start of the second half. I mean, Angelo Alvarez, we saw it against Thunderbird, all the expectation that he is whenever he's on the field. But look, Alvarez, Wharf, Hunter Perkins, Esteban Loretto, Anthony Islas, the rest of the offensive line. Mingus has been doing a solid job. Ian Contreras, Freddie Jimenez had a reception. I mean, the Marauders, while not perfect, of course, they also have a fumble, which is one of the penalties, which is something to go against them, of course, offensively. But regardless, I mean, Nick, the Marauders are picking up where they left off last week.
And it's just building from that momentum. Keystone, again, we talked about Alvarez started that with that initial kickoff return for a touchdown. And not only did he have the one, he had two. We're hearing all the fans say, keep it away from 23. He's dangerous out there right now. He's playing very, very well, and I love seeing that senior leadership. He's getting the guys fired up on the sidelines. That's what they need. If you're going to come into NAU and beat Flagstaff on their home turf in the beginning of the region play, that's huge, and the Marauders are going to have to stay focused to get that done.
A close victory so far is in reach for the Mingus Union Marauders, but we know it's going to be a close game down the stretch. Of course, we are inside the J. Lawrence Walkup Skydome at Northern Arizona University. This game was supposed to be a home game for the Mingus Union Marauders, but their home field is just not ready yet. I did get a chance to see a couple pictures of the field. It looks great, just to give anybody an update. But for more specific updates, I got a chance to speak with Yancey DeVore. So we're going to take a break. When we come back, I'll talk with Yancey DeVore right here on Verde Valley TV and KYBC.
All Price Insurance on Main Street in Cottonwood is your local insurance provider for personal and commercial insurance. Call and compare 23 insurance companies for home, health, auto, RV, motorcycle, boat, or ATV. Specialty insurance and insurance bonds are no problem at All Price Insurance. Call or visit All Price Insurance today.
Time show here. I'm your host, Philip Catalfamo. I'd like to thank you for joining us. We are joined now by Athletic Director for Mingus Union High School, Yancey DeVore. Yancey, welcome on to the halftime show.
It's great to be here, man. Thanks for having me.
Happy to have you with us. Of course, we know the field renovations are going on at Mingus Union High School. Can you give us an update of where those are at today and where the Marauders might be next week as they take on Alhambra?
Yeah, it's really exciting. They're making a lot of progress down there. I was down there yesterday morning, talking to those guys, and they're getting the fastening board in, and they actually have some turf on the field and the Mingus in the south end zone. So it's looking really sharp. We're going to be really excited. It's going to be really a nice field to play on. And we want to make sure that it's done right. When we told the company that we don't want anything rushed, we want to make sure that it's done right the first time, and they're committed to that as well. So unfortunately, with the season already in play, we're missing a few home games here, but when that field is done, it's going to be a very nice field for not only for these guys out there, battling in the game of football, but it's going to be for soccer, our community. It's just going to be a really nice field. So we're excited for that. As far as the timeline for that field, our hope was actually going into this thing was to have it done by this Friday tomorrow, but that's not going to happen. That game is going to be at Flagstaff tomorrow at 5 o'clock in the Dome. Next week's game, we were hoping to have our field done by then, and it very well may be done by then. But, as far as planning for a varsity event and bringing two schools together, we ended up pushing that game. A decision was made yesterday to push that game as an away game to Alhambra. Okay. I really hate to do that for the seniors, but I don't want to get into next Wednesday or Thursday, and something's wrong with the field or it's not completed. And then we end up losing the whole game altogether because we couldn't throw it together at the last minute. So to try to salvage that game, to make sure we had that game, we made it an away game. But hopefully by the time we hit to those October home games, which would be the next scheduled home game, that we're rolling out the big red machine on that field, man. So
yeah, we're definitely excited. So just to be clear, there will be a road game next week against Alhambra. It will not be a home game. Like Yancey DeVore said, the Marauders will be looking to go back home in October after, of course, the away game against Bradshaw, which will be happening at the end of this current month. But Yancey, school year is going on. Before we let you go, what's going on around campus? What can kids go check out? What can parents go check out? What's going on?
Yeah, I mean, we got all kinds of stuff going on. So next Friday is when our opening play, our theater has our opening play for the year, and that'll be going on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So make sure to catch that. That'll be 2 weekends for that. We have ongoing volleyball is still going as far as their season goes, and those girls are working hard. Our swimming's going right now. Our girls and boys golf is going right now. Cross country's battling it up out there. So there's just some really cool things happening and going on our campus. And I encourage our community to come out to our events and support these kids. We couldn't do it last year, and now we do have open events. And our volleyball games, the home games that we've had really strong support from the student body and the community, and we want that to continue moving forward. Swim events have been getting strong community support, so that's really encouraging to see. So I'm glad that they're rallying around these kids, man. So it's what it's all about.
I agree. It is great to see. And of course, the Verde Valley is always very supportive of all the high schools in the area. Of course, Camp Verde, Sedona, and of course, Mingus Union High School. Great to see the community support. Yancy DeVore, thank you very much for coming on the halftime show. Again, the Marauders will be on the road next week at Alhambra. That was initially supposed to be a home game, but it is now an away game. But either than that, regardless of that, Yancy, thank you very much for coming on and giving us an update.
As always, we appreciate it and appreciate your support there, Phil. You do a great job.
Thank you. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have more of the halftime show here as we get you ready for the second half as the Marauders take on the Flagstaff Eagles right here on KYBC and Verde Valley TV. Don't go anywhere.
The Suzy Q Market is the most convenient stop for road trips with 1,500 beverage selections and plenty of snacks. And save on fuel with the Marathon Make It Count reward program. The Suzy Q drive-thru window is the most convenient way to stop for those essentials on the way home.
Road trips start here with something for everyone.
At Suzy Q.
Shop local first, always.
Go Marauders!
I want to welcome you back to the halftime show here inside of J. Lawrence Walkup Skydome here at Northern Arizona University. Philip Catalfamo alongside Nick Yatsinko. I want to thank Yancy DeVore for coming on the halftime show to give us an update on the field. It's nice to know that we will see some home games real soon this season. Unfortunately, of course, this game and next week at Alhambra. Unfortunately, the Marauders will have to wait just a little bit longer to get back home.
You know what? They're playing like they're home.
They really are.
That's huge. That's great. Marauders not letting that affect their game style at all. Coaching staff did a great job of keeping them mentally away from any thoughts of, we're not playing at home, because it's a total bummer to not be playing at home when you're scheduled to. And they'll be there eventually back in the cave, but what a great job they're doing tonight to stay focused.
Well, hopefully the Mingus Marauders can continue this focus here as we talk a little bit more about this second half. Of course, the Marauders leading 35-21, a lead that they cannot take for granted. We flash you back to last year in Week 3. The Marauders played a last-second fill-in game against 3A River Valley. They were leading at halftime 15-0, ended up losing that game 21-15. And I'll tell you what, River Valley's good. But Flagstaff, we are already seeing glimpses of this offense. It is only a matter of time before offensively they get things going.
Right, the Marauders are going to have to disrupt that. Right? They're going to have to disrupt that like they did in the very beginning of the game, and that's by getting after Meyer in the backfield, making some stunts on that defensive line, sending a linebacker in, blitzing. You got to throw them off the rhythm, because like we've seen at the end of that first half, Flagstaff was starting to get their rhythm and starting to find some wide receivers.
Well, hopefully the Marauders defense will be able to continue what it was doing as we get the second half kicked off. We'll take a look at our three keys of the game. Just real quick, we talked about carrying the momentum. The Marauders are going to have to do that here in the second half as they lead 35-21. Executing well. Mingus has been doing that pretty well, minus one fumble and, of course, a few penalties, but they've been doing well. And reducing penalties, they've done a phenomenal job of that. As I mentioned, 12 penalties last week against Yatsinko for 120 yards against the Marauders tonight. They've kept it clean for the most part, minus a couple, holding penalties or excessive celebration. But Mingus holding on to a relatively confident lead.
Tough to blame anybody for excessive celebration when you're scoring like that. Incredible job by the Marauders so far tonight. And you wonder if they had those keys to the game on the chalkboard in the locker room because, yeah, they're doing great. They're playing well, executing well offensively. We're seeing a Marauders team this season already putting up 35 points tonight, putting up 45 last week, putting up points against Thunderbird.
Yep.
We're putting up some points this season, so Harrison's got to have some confidence. That offensive line that's playing back and forth, Loretto, Islas, Chote, these guys are going both sides of the ball, and what an incredible job that is.
This is the third straight game that the Marauders have scored over 25 points. And it's nice to see, as we talked about last year, it was a 7-0 victory for the Flagstaff Eagles at Coconino High School. Here at the Flagstaff Eagles official home, the Marauders are doing pretty well.
Tonight. Yeah, for tonight. And hey, you're going to have to put up those points. You want to make a run at that state championship, you're going to have to keep putting up points like this.
And a win like this against Flagstaff, again, still a whole 2 quarters left to play. Not saying this game's over by the slightest, but if Mingus can hold on to the victory, I mean, this is a huge win going forward. Bueno will send it down the field. Second half underway here. Ball returned around the 10-yard line by Wetzel. Wetzel trying to get past the 20. He will, and he'll get brought down around the 25-yard line. Good return there by Jaden Wetzel.
Yeah, Wetzel able to find a little bit of an opening, but nonetheless, great job by that Marauders containment team. That kickoff team, Bueno does a great job of kicking that downfield, almost a touchback.
Hey, liking the leg on Marcus Bueno.
Yeah, that's fantastic. That's one of the things we talked about in that very first game of the season, special teams.
Yeah.
And it's been great tonight. We've seen Alvarez helping out, and Bueno kicking it on the other side is such a compliment.
Of course, about 2 years ago, the Marauders had a kicker in Dominic Rennick. And now, last season, it was kind of a plethora of guys who were kicking. But Marcus Bueno has really kind of solidified himself here in the special teams for the Marauders. Bodie Meyer for the Eagles will start with the ball on offense. He'll hand it off to the right side. Salcido locked up right at the line. Anthony Islas on the tackle. And Ian Contreras helping him out. And it'll bring up second down here with 11:45 to go in the third.
Yeah, Contreras and Islas are down there, and they said, nope, you're not getting through the line of scrimmage. That's a great job. That's a good start for the defense. You don't want Flagstaff to open up with a good rushing game.
Second down and
second and 11.
About 11 here for the Eagles. Ball spotted on the Eagle 24 on that loss on the run. 11 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Meyer is going to roll out to his left. Pressure coming. That is Esteban Loretto. Esteban Loretto shuts down the pass. What a great defensive stop for the Marauders.
What a beast. You see Salcido for the Eagles out there looking like maybe he was going to block Loretto. Loretto had fire in his eyes and took down Meyer. That's a great job. See the replay here. Loretto almost looks like he was maybe in a linebacker position and came in on a blitz. That's incredible defense right there. And that's what we were talking about that halftime show. That's the stunts that you're doing, a little bit of blitzing to keep them off their game.
Esteban Loretto able to get the sack, resulting in a huge loss, and will bring up third and very long for the Eagles. As that ball is spotted on the 17-yard line, the Eagles 17. Meyer's going to operate out of the shotgun formation, trips left. Meyer dropping back to pass, pressure coming. He's going to air it out deep. Marauders looking for a pick. It is completed. Weidinger with the completion around the 45-yard line.
What an absolute bomb that was by
Wow.
Absolute bomb, and good focus by Weidinger to come up with that one.
So Meyer airs it out. And on the defensive pressure there, number 15 for the Mingus Union Marauders, that is Joseph Freudenreich.
Tough coverage. Tough coverage. Weidinger's a big wide receiver, and boy, that ball just got over the top of the Marauders DB there.
So, yeah, Freudenreich unable to complete or get the stop there, so it'll bring up first and 10 here. Ball on the 47-yard line. That's the Eagles' 47. Wetzel does lose, Senna on the run. He does lose it, hangs on to the possession, is brought down for a loss, but that'll bring up second down.
Yeah, Marauders just kind of fighting to stay alive on this defensive possession. You got to keep clawing at Meyer and these running backs. They're doing a good job of containing them. You just got to watch that deep ball. Boy, we've already seen these dangerous plays that Bodie and this Flagstaff offense can come up with.
Want to thank Tiffany Construction, Gettles High Desert Mechanical, and Northern Arizona Healthcare for sponsoring the broadcast tonight. 9 minutes and 20 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Eagles with the ball on their own 46. It'll be second and 10. Meyer takes the snap, Dropping back to pass. Meyer, quick pass to Morrow, is completed to the left side. Not enough for a first down, but it'll spot the ball around the Marauder 45. Morrow with another completion.
Yeah, and that's going to be clutch this entire half of the Eagles. You already know that they're going to be going for it.
Making the tackle that time from Mingus was number 10, Freddie Jimenez.
I want to thank Susie Q Market, All Price Insurance, and Taylor Waste also for sponsoring the broadcast, and of course, Verde Lee Market and Cottonwood Public Library. And you can see on our Larry Green Chevrolet scoreboard, Mingus still holding on to that 35-21 lead. 3rd and 2 here for the Eagles. Meyer's going to operate under center. Haven't gotten anything on the run just yet, but the pass has been working well. Meyer is going to hand it off. They're going to try that reverse again. Salcido has got to run on the right side, but he is going to get brought around the line. We'll see if he gets the first down. He will. So the run to the right on the reverse results in a first down for Salcido. The Eagles are now 1st and 10 and moving the ball quite well.
Boy, tough running for Salcido. That's a good job by the Flagstaff running back. Able to shed a tackle there. It looked like might have had him there at a loss, but instead Salcido able to spin out of it and get the first down for the Eagles and keep their drive alive.
So Salcido does pick up the first down, 1st and 10, and this time it's spotted on the Marauder 43. Meyer operating in the shotgun formation. We'll see if he airs it out here. He'll drop back to pass, looking right. Quick pass is completed to the right side, and I believe, yes, that is Weidinger again. It'll be not enough for a first down, but a 5-yard gain there for Weidinger on the pass.
Yeah, and they're obviously the Eagles finding some comfort in that passing game. And we talked about it. You already know that the Marauders talked about it during halftime. They know they were going to see it. Those short passes, okay. Just can't get burned on these deep balls because these wide receivers are very tall for the Eagles, and their big play capabilities through the roof.
7 minutes and 20 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter. Meyer operating out of the shotgun formation, waiting to take the snap. He'll hand it off. Nope, he's going to drop back to pass. Short pass over the middle. Morrow is almost intercepted by Esteban Loretto. There is a penalty on the field. Might be pass interference. We'll see what the official call is. But Morrow in and out of the hands, and then in and out of the hands of Esteban Loretto. But regardless, the play is dead, and we'll see where we're at here after the laundry is picked up off the field.
Yeah, and who else, right? Loretto is all over the field, so might as well get himself an interception. Close there, but good job by the big guy out there being mobile, almost in that linebacker position.
So we'll see who the penalty is on. My indication is possible pass interference. We'll see who it actually is on. And the Eagles are starting to move back, so it is going to be a penalty on the Eagles. It'll bring up 3rd down.
We're very fortunate for the Marauders, and boy, capitalize. You got to capitalize on this here, forcing the Eagles another 3rd down situation.
So again, Meyer operating out of the backfield with 2 wide receivers on both ends, trying to convert here on 3rd down. Meyer's dropping back to pass. Quick pressure there from Wharf. It is completed. That short pass completed to Doucette. Doucette picks up the first down. Ball spotted around the Marauder 20, and you get that first down, Bodie Meyer.
Yeah, great screenplay set up there. You can see the replay. Great pressure on Bodie, but he's able to just get that off. Flagstaff Eagles offensive lineman doing a great job getting downfield, laying some blocks, and the Eagles on the move.
So that will move the chains for the Flagstaff Eagles. They pick up another first down. 1st and 10 on the Marauder 24. 6 minutes and 40 seconds left here in the 3rd quarter. Eagles looking to get on the board, down 2 touchdowns. Meyer takes the snap, hands it off. That's Senna up the middle. He's brought down right back at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of 1 on that run.
Yeah, and for the Marauders defense, that's great because now they're kind of forcing the Eagles, hey, if you're going to beat us, you're going to have to beat us through the air. And that's what those DBs want out there. You want to be comfortable. You got to know what play's coming next. And when you're stuffing them with the run like the Marauders have been doing, it's an easy read.
I do want to say, this was kind of not necessarily scheduled last second, but the Eagles fans have really shown up here for this home game here at Northern Arizona University. You can't see it with our cameras, but there are a lot of Eagles fans here and supporting their local high school. It's always great to see. Of course, some wonderful Marauders fans traveling with the Marauders as well. Meyer is going to hand it off. They're going to run that option. That reverse results in a fumble, but it is picked back up by Gunnar Price. Price is brought down around the 20-yard line. So the reverse almost results in a fumble recovery for the Marauders, but the Eagles able to hang on to it, and that'll bring up 3rd down.
Another 3rd situation here for the Marauders defense. They come up with a big stop here. This is momentum getters, really. Flagstaff's done a great job of converting these third downs throughout this drive. He's got a big defensive stand here.
5 minutes and 20 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Ball on the Marauder 20. Meyer will operate under center. Looking to convert here on third down. Meyer takes the snap. He's going to roll left. Looking for somebody. He's got Senna. He's going to toss it up to the top. Weidinger almost had it, but it falls incomplete, and it'll bring up fourth down.
Boy, Weidinger was licking his chops out there really close. Bodie just threw it over his reach. Otherwise, good setup there by the Eagles. Caught the Marauders a little bit off guard. And here we go, big fourth down situation.
Yeah, 4th and 5, very convertible for the Flagstaff Eagles. We've already seen them convert on 3rd and long, and we'll see what they can do here on 4th down. Again, the ball on the Marauder 21. Meyer's going to operate in the backfield. Waiting to take the snap, he will. Meyer dropping back to pass, looking right, completed to Weidinger. Weidinger trying to extend the play. He'll get the first down, and it will be a first down for the Eagles, 1st and goal.
Yeah, smart play by the Eagles. Weidinger just gets right upfield. He gets about 2 yards past that first down marker, so he knows he's there. Quick pass. It was only a few second drop by Bodie, and that's a good play by the Eagles to keep this drive alive. It looks like they're, yep, sure is, 1st and goal from the 10.
1st and goal here as the ball spotted on the Marauder 10. 4 minutes and 40 seconds left here in the third quarter. Mingus leading 35-21 on our Larry Green Chevrolet scoreboard. Mingus trying to keep the Eagles off the scoreboard before we head to the 4th. Weidinger operating under center. Takes the snap. He's going to hand it off right side. That's going to be number 21. That is Colin Doucette. Doucette unable to get into the end zone, but a good little run there to set up 2nd and goal.
Yeah, Marauders got to wrap them up in the backfield. You're going to see on the replay here, initially Marauders able to make contact, looks like just past the line of scrimmage, and it was Loretto with a big hit. Just couldn't wrap him up enough to bring him down, and Flagstaff almost gets into the end zone there.
2nd and 2 now for the Flagstaff Eagles. 3 minutes and 50 seconds left here in the third quarter. Looking to convert here into the end zone. Last time they were this close, it was a short pass to Nick Morrow, and it didn't take much because he's 6'8". Meyer will operate under center. Takes the snap, hands it off. That's going to be Doucette into the end zone for a touchdown, and that'll cut the deficit to 1 score. 27-35.
We knew it was going to continue to be a gunslinging battle here. Points galore here in the Grand Canyon region tonight. Flagstaff just an extra point away from being down a touchdown.
Well, and of course now the question is when the Marauders do get an opportunity on offense, of course assuming Angelo Alvarez doesn't take it back to the house on the kickoff, responding right here. And we didn't talk about it too much, but I'll save this thought for after the kick as Soto gets ready to get into the extra point. Soto's kick is up. He and Marcus Bueno have been phenomenal tonight for special teams on the Flagstaff Eagles and Mingus Union Marauders, respectively. 35-28, 3:30 to go here in the third quarter. Stay with us.
Since 1925, Tiffany Construction has worked with developers and local and federal government to build, expand, and improve infrastructure, roads, drainage systems, and subdivisions. From concept to completion, the Tiffany Construction team provides a full complement of construction services and state-of-the-art delivery methods customized to fit your needs and budget. They're Arizona's longest tenured family-owned and operated civil contractor and proudly serving the Verde Valley since 1991. Tiffany Construction, knowledge and experience to bring your project to reality.
Three minutes and 39 seconds left here in the third quarter. Mingus Union leading 35-28 against the Flagstaff Eagles. Soto will send it downfield, and Alvarez will look to return it around the 10. He'll pick it up around the 15, going past the 20. Looking for some room to run. He will get stopped around the 30-yard line. Good little return there from Angelo Alvarez as the Marauders will start here 1st and 10.
Yeah, well, I love the tenacity Alvarez brings to those returns. Man, if you're the first tackler coming at him, he is not going to let you take him down. He delivers a nice big hit, lowers his shoulder, and the Marauders start off with not bad field possession. They're going to have to establish a rhythm to get downfield, and they're going to have to answer that Eagle drive.
Well, let's see if the Marauders can do so. 1st and 10 here. The ball will be spotted on the Marauder 29. As we get the ball set here, the Marauders looking to respond here after the Eagles score. Their lead now cut to a single touchdown. 28-35. 3:32 to go here, 1st and 10. Harrison will operate under center. Alvarez in the backfield. Harrison takes the snap, hands it off. That's going to be Hunter Perkins on the left side. Perkins gets a small gain on that run, but not much.
Yeah, trying that inside game, the Marauders are, and not too bad, because if you can spring that for 5 or 6 yards, really opens up the passing lane. But Perkins, I like that. That's hard-nosed running. Nothing really at the line of scrimmage, able to just lower his shoulder and get a couple yards.
3 minutes and 10 seconds left here in the third quarter. Of course, the Marauders will see if they play it conservatively. Didn't at the end of the second half, or excuse me, at the end of the first half, going for the pass instead, and we'll see what Mingus does here as they try to reestablish that run. Harrison under center, Alvarez in the backfield. Harrison takes the snap. He's going to hand it off. Alvarez has got room to run on the right side. He'll get past the 45. Now they're going to get past the 40. He'll get shut down at the 50-yard line. But what a great run from Angelo Alvarez.
Man, that Eagles defense is tired of seeing number 23 with that football. He is having quite a night. Alvarez just runs so fast. He goes right by his blocker. Here's a replay here you're going to get to check out. Alvarez right through the hole, wide open. And yeah, he just says, see you later, blocker.
Bumping right off him.
I'm going to run right into these Eagles.
So now it'll be 1st and 10 for the Mingus Union Marauders. Ball on the 50-yard line. Mingus trying to get into the end zone, establishing that run to set up the pass. 2 wide receivers on both ends. Harrison in the backfield along with Alvarez. Man in motion, that's Perkins. Harrison takes the snap. Looking for that option run. He'll run up the middle just for a couple yards, maybe right back at the line. No gain on that run for Harrison.
No, but you know what it does is it really does open it up for more options, because that play, Alvarez is lined up to the left of Harrison, and he's got the option to go to Alvarez, and you see 2 Eagles off the side, the line of scrimmage there. 2 Eagles are waiting for Alvarez to get the ball, and Harrison says, all right, well then I'll keep it and get a couple yards. So great job of playing off of Alvarez's success so far.
Harrison under center, Alvarez in the backfield. Harrison looking to get the Marauders momentum going forward. 2nd down here. They're going to hand it off. Alvarez to the left side. Bumps off a couple Eagles. Is not close, or excuse me, not enough for the 1st down, but he is right there knocking at the door for another Marauder 1st down. It'll bring up 3rd and short.
Real short. What a great drive so far by the Marauders. Again, Alvarez takes that handoff. Look at Big Anthony Islas is pushing his guy up further than Alvarez could run the ball. That's an incredible job by that offensive line there, and Alvarez running the ball, and Marauders offense looking sharp.
So it'll be 3rd and short for the Mingus Union Marauders as they look to convert and keep their drive going. We're getting close to under a minute here in the third quarter. 3rd and 2. Harrison under center, Alvarez and Perkins in the backfield. Harrison takes the snap. He's going to hand it off. Alvarez to the left side, gets the 1st down, and just a little bit more before he's brought down. Senna on the tackle there for the Eagles.
Yeah, that's all you need. That was scripted perfectly by the Marauders. All we want is 4 or 5 yards on that, get the 1st down, keep this clock ticking. 50 seconds left in the third quarter. It's a huge win if the Marauders can take a lot more time down and get some more points at the end of this drive here.
52 seconds left here in the third quarter as the clock gets going. Harrison's going to operate under center, changing the play here. Alvarez in the backfield. Harrison, man in motion, going to take the snap, hand it off right side. Hunter Perkins trying to get something going. He'll get brought down immediately by the Flagstaff D-line.
Yeah, it actually looks like they might give Perkins about a yard momentum, which is pretty incredible considering there was about 8 Eagles that took him down on that. That's a good job by that Eagles front to not let Perkins beat him. But boy, oh boy, you know that they were already eyeing Alvarez out there.
Yeah, they were, and you know, of course, as it looks like we might have a timeout here.
That'll be the final play of the
it will be. Actually, that's going to end the third quarter. At the end of 3, we've still got 12 more minutes on the clock as the Marauders hang on to a 35-28 lead on our Larry Green Chevrolet scoreboard. We'll be back for the fourth quarter. Stay with us.
I'm Chris.
And I'm Tandy, owners of Taylor Waste.
We're homegrown in the Verde Valley and nearly your last local choice.
We want to be your first choice for residential and small business garbage service.
Get a free month service when you make the switch to Taylor Waste.
And enjoy monthly service as low as $16 per month.
Visit TaylorWaste.com for more information.
Or to start service, call Taylor Waste at 649-2662.
Taylor Waste, service tailored to your needs.
All Price Insurance on Main Street in Cottonwood is your local insurance provider for personal and commercial insurance. Call and compare 23 insurance companies for home, health, auto, RV, motorcycle, boat, or ATV. Specialty insurance and insurance bonds are no problem at All Price Insurance. Call or visit All Price Insurance today.
A fresh 12 minutes goes on the clock. The Marauders trying to convert here on second down. Ball spotted on the Eagle 36-yard line. Harrison operating under center. Philip Catalfamo alongside Nick Yatsinko. Mingus hanging on to a one-touchdown lead. Harrison falls as he pitches the ball to the right side. No problem for Angelo Alvarez as he's brought down around the 15-yard line. How about that? Zach Harrison trips as he's going into his drop step and is able to barely get it off to Angelo Alvarez, but the Marauders pick up the first down.
Firing on all cylinders. Not only that, look at Loretto out there. What a beast. Boy, he's setting up the blocks. Perkins out there. These guys are lining up blocks. Alvarez is like, thank you, fellas. He's got nobody on the side. And you know what he does, which is clutch? He goes down inbounds, which is going to keep the clock ticking, and the Marauders continuing to drive.
11:30 to go here in the fourth. Harrison's going to hand it off again to Alvarez. Angelo Alvarez into the end zone on the rush up the middle. Marauders respond.
No answer. There's no answer for Angelo Alvarez on the Eagles side of the football. They are stunned. You can see some of the Eagles players with their hands on their helmets like, we don't know what to do. And I'll tell you what, give a lot of credit to this Mingus offensive line. These guys are going both ways. You see Chote there. Boy, these guys are just beasts. Islis is so far upfield, he's celebrating in the end zone right after that with Alvarez.
Way to go, Marauder offensive line, and Angelo Alvarez getting into the end zone extends this lead 41-28. Marcus Bueno looking to stay perfect today. He will. Give that man a scholarship. 11:31 here in the fourth. Mingus leading 42-28. Stay with us.
Yavapai College has 6 campuses and centers in Sedona, the Prescott area, and the Verde Valley. With more than 100 degree and certificate programs, YC has what you need to jumpstart your academic journey. Our athletics teams are some of the best in the nation, and we have plenty of student-led clubs, organizations, and activities. Our full-time student discount makes YC the most affordable option in Arizona for a full-time student. Learn more today at yc.edu.
Mingus Union Marauders leading 42-28 against the home Flagstaff Eagles inside the J. Lawrence Walkup Skydome here at Northern Arizona University. Marcus Bueno will send it downfield as the Eagles look to respond after another rushing touchdown from Angelo Alvarez. Ball be returned around the 5-yard line. Going now past the 20, looking to get past the 30. And will get brought down around the 33.
Yeah, great job by the coverage team. All game long, really. Flagstaff almost broke one of those.
Yep.
But they got some dangerous guys running those footballs back, so good job by the Marauders containment again.
Senna on the return there. As you can see, Gunnar Price allowing that lead tackle. And it was Brazen Dirkolek on the tackle there.
And a lot of support there, too. He had a lot of support around him. If Dirkolek didn't bring him down, like you could see there on the replay, you got 3 other Marauders waiting. Like I said, great coverage. These guys are buzzing tonight.
They are, and the idea here, at least in my mind, is you want to hope that Flagstaff can have the longest possession on their side of the football field, because then if Mingus can hold Flagstaff, they'll get the ball back with a strong lead. Meyer's going to drop back to pass in the shotgun formation, trying to air it out to Senna, and then it'll go incomplete.
Ooh, just over the head of Senna, too, because Senna was gone. He would have been streaking downfield.
There's a flag after the play, so we'll see what it was.
Good pressure by the Marauders defense on that, too, getting in Bodie's face, trying not to let him see anything downfield, but he for sure saw Senna, just didn't hit him.
Well, we're still waiting to see what the final word is regarding the laundry on the field. If it'll go against Flagstaff or if it will go against Mingus. The flag was after the play, and it looks like they'll pick up the laundry. So no penalty on the play. We'll redo here, we'll pick it up here at second down. 11 minutes and 19 seconds left here in the fourth.
Marauders, because maybe that could have been pass interference. You know, you never know when you're kind of looking for the flag. Obviously, we got a little bit of a coaching session going on by the refs down there. We got some Eagles and some Marauders lined up with the referees.
I am so bad at reading lips, so I'm not entirely sure, maybe just a sort of, hey, look out for this, or hey, don't do this, or,
what about preferences on fast food? They could have been
that's right.
Where are you guys going after the game?
You guys got pizza?
Who's going where?
Who's going? So we'll pick it up, 11 minutes, 19 to go here. 2nd and 10 for the Eagles on their own 30. Meyer will take the snap, under center, rolling right, looking to pass, looking for Senna. It is completed around the 40-yard line. Senna's going to cut back and get the first down and get tackled around the 50.
Yeah, good job by Loretto to keep him in bounds. It's going to force Flagstaff to use a timeout, but we do have a flag on the field again.
So there is a flag on the field. We'll see who it goes against. Big completion for the Eagles, of course, but if that gets brought back, that takes away that momentum.
Oh, boy, that takes the breath out of you if you're an Eagles fan, because right now they're just trying to get a drive established.
Illegal man down the field is what the call was.
Oh, boy, yep.
So that is going to push the Eagles back just a little bit. We'll redo second down here, but gives the Marauders an opportunity to go, okay, who was covering Senna? Somebody cover Senna.
Right. Right, and you know these guys are sharp tonight. They're, like I just said earlier, they're buzzing. So these guys are going to communicate. You can see the Marauders, DBs and safeties out there. If you're watching on your screens, they're communicating with each other. They're, like you just said, hey, who had Senna there? And that, who needs to worry about our defensive line? They're playing outstanding tonight.
Meyer will operate in the backfield with Spencer Smith alongside him. Trips right here. Meyer trying to air it out for a first down. Meyer will air it out, looking for Morrow. It'll be incomplete.
Yeah, and I like the no call on that. Morrow had a little bit of a chance, but you know who was there first step with him is Jimenez. Great coverage. Jimenez was there all the way with him, and Flagstaff with a huge third down. And boy, Philip? Marauders feeding off some great momentum here defensively.
10 minutes and 55 seconds here in the fourth quarter. It'll be 3rd and long for the Flagstaff Eagles, as the Marauders are hanging on to a 2-touchdown lead so far, 42-28 on our Larry Green Chevrolet scoreboard. Mingus 3 points away from matching their total from last week. Meyer takes the snaps on trips right in the shotgun formation. He's going to air it out again. That one is completed to Weidinger over the middle. Weidinger's got a big completion. He'll get brought down around the Marauder 45.
Yeah, huge play there. Weidinger, boy, we've been seeing him that end of the first half, and here he is again. That's a great athletic play. Good job by Bodie. He doesn't have a lot of time. Marauders, again, collapsing in on him, but he does a great job of finding Weidinger down the field.
So as you see there on your replay, and just like Nick said, Weidinger doing a great job of completing that pass, Meyer doing a great job of completing that pass to Weidinger. So that will bring up a first down. The clock will get going here as we get close to under 10 minutes here inside the Skydome. Meyer will operate under center. Spencer Smith in the backfield along with Gunnar Price. 3 wide receivers to the right, or 2 to the right, excuse me. Meyer takes the snap. He's going to keep it on the right side, looking to pass. Pressure coming. Esteban Loretto says no thank you.
And who else? Who else? Loretto busting through. That's got to be sack number 7 of the night. This is incredible defense we're seeing by the Marauders. These guys are all over it. For those of you watching on your screens, you can obviously see it was a little bit of a broken play. Bodie takes the snap, and he goes to hand it off to the running back, and the running back's behind him. So he just has to take off with the football, and so far, this defense for the Marauders is buzzing everywhere. Loretto obviously trying to give Alvarez a run for player of the game defensively and setting up blocks. He's doing it all.
Meyer in the backfield, 2 wide receivers on both ends. He's going to drop back to pass, looking for a long completion. He's going to go for the scramble instead on the left side. Meyer's got a lot of room to run. He'll finally get brought down around the 25. And smartly runs out of bounds, though that we do have a Marauder player hurt, or slow to get up as Ian Contreras, but he is on his feet. You see on the replay there, Weidinger getting a lead block there from Nick Morrow, getting a little help from Jake Weidinger until he finally gets out of bounds. Ramirez on the tackle for the Marauders, but a great run for the senior quarterback of Flagstaff.
Yeah, and Bodie does a good job recognizing that he's got all that field to the left. And boy, that's a good job by that Flagstaff offense to just get downfield, get some points.
Meyer will operate under center. Meyer takes the snap. He's going to hand it off right side. Gunnar Price has got some room to run. Price on the right side gets the edge into the end zone, and the Flagstaff Eagles have responded.
Boy, great setup there. Price scampers in from just about 20 yards out. Flagstaff's not going away anytime soon.
What a great run by Gunnar Price to get the edge. Gets a great block from Jake Weidinger and is able to get into the end zone and cut this deficit to 1 touchdown, as Soto will be on for the extra point. He and Marcus Bueno have been solid so far tonight, as it is 34-42. Soto waiting for the snap here on the point after. It is up and no good on that kick, but Soto's been doing a great job regardless. So 34-42, Mingus will take an 8-point lead. 9 minutes, 21 to go in the fourth.
42 and Eagles 34.
I'm Chris.
And I'm Tandy, owners of Taylor Waste.
We're homegrown in the Verde Valley and nearly your last local choice.
We want to be your first choice for residential and small business garbage service.
Get a free month service when you make the switch to Taylor Waste.
And enjoy monthly service as low as $16 per month.
Visit TaylorWaste.com for more information.
Or to start service, call Taylor Waste at 649-2662.
Taylor Waste, service tailored to your needs.
34-42 is our score here. 9 minutes and 21 seconds to go inside the Skydome. Philip Catalfamo alongside Nick Yatsinko. Want to welcome you back here on Verde Valley TV and KYBC. Weidinger will send it downfield. He'll try to get it out of bounds so that Alvarez won't return it, but instead Alvarez will pick it up off the hop around the 20, go past the 40. Now he's looking to go past the 50. Angelo Alvarez will get out of bounds around the Eagle 45, and again, another great return for 23.
They can't keep it away from him. They can't.
Wow.
He's able to find that ball out there. Alvarez having just a heck of a night, and the Eagles don't have an answer. The Marauders are going to look, you know what, if you're the Marauders here, you really got to take your time.
Yeah.
Huddle up, take your time. I'd like to see some rushing plays here. Protect that football. Use up some time. You got 9 minutes, 12 seconds left. It's only a 1-possession game, and we already know Flagstaff's itching to get the ball back here.
It's got to be clean from here out for the Mingus Union Marauders if they want to walk away with a big upset victory against a very, very good Flagstaff Eagle team. 9 minutes and 12 seconds to go in the fourth. 34-42 is our score.
And you could see Harrison ask the ref to start that play clock.
Harrison awaiting the snap. He's working under center. He'll take the snap, hand it off. Alvarez bounces off a defender, gets tackled around the 32. Will not be enough for a first down, but very, very close as we'll bring up second down.
Yeah, it will be a great play to keep the clock moving. For sure.
And that's what Mingus needed. I mean, that's what you want. You want, like we said, get the running game going again, establish the run, burn the clock, take your time, and hopefully score, and then you can go, here you go, you have the ball back.
Yeah, it's as long as you can keep scoring.
Yeah.
Hey, keep going.
Oh, yeah.
Keep going and burning the clock. What a job by Alvarez, and like we talked about in the break, he's not getting contact until 5, 6, 7 yards downfield, and we'll talk about where that credit goes to.
Harrison will operate under center. Man to the backfield, that's Alvarez. They're going to hand it off this time to Hunter Perkins on the left side. Perkins gets the first down, but the ball is loose and recovered by the Eagles. There is a flag on the field, so it could come back, but Spencer Smith has just got the ball back. Although a little bit of slowdown on the celebration, as there is a flag on the field. The Marauders may have just gotten bailed out.
They may have. If it's a holding, Flagstaff is going to decline it for sure because they're getting the ball back. Yeah, and it looks like the players are all signaling decline.
And that's what it's going to be. The Eagles are going to get the ball back with 8 minutes and 14 to go. Down 8. Wow.
Big defensive stand has to be made by the Marauders right now. Hunter Perkins going down, and one of those Eagles just got their arm in there enough to jar that ball loose, and boy, turnovers. Right at the end of the game here, it's going to be clutch. Now, Flagstaff's got a huge field to go still.
Yes, they do.
The Marauders have a lot of play room here. They're going to have to go back to that stunt defense and mix it up.
8 minutes and 14 seconds left here. 1st and 10. Ball spotted on the Eagle 12. They got a long way to go before they can get into the end zone and still have to convert on the 2-point conversion. We'll see what they do here. Two wide receivers on both ends. Meyer's going to operate under center. He's going to hand it off. Salcido just gets a few yards on that scamper. There is a flag down, so we'll see if that gets pushed back. But a good little run there from Marcus Salcido. Haven't called his name in a little while.
And he hasn't had much room all night either. That defensive line that we're going to talk about later in the post-game show has just done an outstanding job of clogging it up. But nonetheless, he gets his few yards.
It'll be a hold on Flagstaff, so that'll push them back closer to the goal line. Getting close to 8 minutes here, left in the fourth quarter. Mingus holding on to a 42-34 lead.
Boy, intense game. You get both crowds.
Oh, yeah.
Very intense. Very intense. Just over 8 minutes. 8 minutes, 7 seconds. The Flagstaff Eagles 34, Mingus Marauders 42.
We'd like to thank the Marauder faithful who are not watching on KYBC not watching on Verde Valley TV or listening on KYBC. Those of you who are in the stands, thank you very much and coming out to support this team on the road. Marauders looking for a stop here. Meyer in the backfield, man in motion. They're going to go trips left. Meyer's going to work out of the backfield. Quick pass is completed to Salcido. Brazen Durkalek trying to wrap him up. He'll keep him just in line to get a few more Marauders around him to bring him down, but the completion gets Meyer away from the goal line.
And great job by Durkalek because, again, we've seen that screen from Flagstaff all day, and it's gone for 20-plus yards every time. Durkalek says not this time, wraps him up, and keeps a hold of him.
Well, now the Marauders need a momentum-killing play here. 2nd down and 10. All right, I should say actually a little less than 10, but 7:10 to go here in the fourth. Meyer in the backfield, trips right, one wide receiver on the left. Meyer takes the snap, dropping back. Islis coming on the left side. Marauders looking to shut him down. They will at the line.
Oh, my goodness. These Marauders defensive linemen, I love it. You see the big guys fired up down there. Man, how about the interior of this defense and offensive line for the Marauders?
Nicholas Choate on the sack. Big 7-7.
They can't keep these guys from the backfield. Every play they're in the backfield. Bodie is like, guys, help me out.
Well, they're going to need it here. It is 3rd down. We've seen Flagstaff convert on 3rd and long before. This down and, of course, 4th down, going to be huge for the Mingus Union Marauders. And I know Hunter Perkins would love it if the Marauders can get a stop here because he'd like another opportunity on offense to get into the end zone.
For sure, and that sack keeps the clock moving, which is key right now for the Marauders.
6:15 to go. Meyer's going to take the snap. They're going to run that reverse again. Gunnar Price is going to get wrapped up into the end zone. Did Contreras get the safety?
Well, I think they're going to mark him some momentum, maybe at about the 3 or 4 it looks like, Philip, but boy, Contreras
great stop
there, yeah. Good job fighting off the block. That's how you do it in practice right there.
And I got to say, phenomenal job on Gunnar Price's part to is that going to be we're waiting to hear for the final call here. So it is going to be 4th down as the Eagles will look to punt, but a great stop, Nick, just to go off your point here. Ian Contreras doing a great job of reading that reverse. I do say Gunnar Price, phenomenal job of staying out of the end zone to reduce the chances of that safety. But 5:27 to go here, 4th and very long. Durkalek's going to hang around the Marauder 35. We'll see what the Eagles do. This would be the time for some shenanigans.
Yeah, right on your own goal line.
Yep.
You don't have much of a choice. 5 minutes left, and it's going to be under 5 minutes any moment now.
We might have a false start as that ball's going to get snapped and punted around the 40. So the Marauders will get the ball on offense. There was a flag on the snap. I think it might be a false start on the Marauders, but we'll see. We'll see.
If it's on the Eagles, boy, that's going to back them up to about the 1 yard line, and they're going to have to repunt that.
And of course, if it goes on the side of the Marauders, they'll be taking some slightly less better field position. Harrison trying to fire up those home fans. Mingus Marauders just trying to hold on here for 5 minutes.
Huge possession. Absolute huge possession here. Yeah, I love it. Look at that, Philip. You can see everybody raising their hands on the Marauders. They are pumped, ready to go. That offensive line is in that huddle, and they have got to be ready. They're ready. They're going to be ready to play another game after this one's over.
So the Marauders, we'll see where the ball is spotted. Right now it's sitting on the Marauder 36, or excuse me, the Eagle 36. But again, we talked about that more conservative game plan for the Marauders here with 5 minutes. You're up by 8. Of course, no guarantee that the Eagles get that 2-point conversion, but if they get the ball back and score, it makes this a little bit more nerve-wracking.
Sure does, and you're about 15 to 20 yards away from field goal range for Bueno.
Harrison under center, hands it off. Alvarez right side, breaks off a couple Eagles, is brought down right at the line, still in bounds, and the clock will keep going.
Yeah, that's a great run by Alvarez. Like a little bit more north-south, but you know what? That juke to the side is going to buy you another 2-3 seconds burnt off the clock.
Yep.
And right now, that's really what the Marauders are going for.
4 minutes and 40 seconds left here in the fourth. Again, 42-34, Mingus with possession on the Eagle 35, just looking to burn the clock and take as much time off as they can to make it even more difficult for this Flagstaff Eagle offense to get into the end zone. Let's not forget last possession. Oh, a phenomenal game. First matchup of the day. If this is any indication of what we're going to see with the other region matchups going down along the season, we're in for some phenomenal games. Harrison under center. He's going to roll out left, trying to pass. He's going to run this time. Harrison in trouble. Gunnar Price brings him out of bounds. Big loss on that scramble from Harrison.
Yeah, huge loss, and unfortunately it looks like it might stop the clock, and that is exactly what you don't want if you're the Marauders. Harrison just could not get an opening. Good stiff arm there to get rid of one of the Eagle defenders, but they do a good job of taking him out of bounds.
Harrison's got to get rid of the ball at some. I mean, get it out of bounds or fall on top. He's got to get tackled in bounds. He has to take the loss and get tackled in bounds.
Looked like a designated boot run where he's going to take it, but you're right. Maybe you adjust and you can find somebody downfield and just lob that thing out.
Get it out of bounds or just take the sack. You get tackled on the field. The clock still goes. Of course, no damage done. Zach's all good, but we'll see how it plays out. 4 minutes and 6 seconds left here in the fourth. Harrison under center. Again, Mingus leading 42-34. Harrison takes the snap. They're going to hand it off. Hunter Perkins is going to get brought down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that run.
And playing it safe. Marauders playing it safe there. Very, very clear. Just a simple trap play to look like maybe the left of the line of scrimmage. We're just under 4 minutes.
Timeout on the side of the Eagles. We'll take one as well. 3:57 to go in this exciting game. Stay with us here.
You're going to love the new interactive website from Roxu Screen Printers. Now you can create your custom t-shirt design online. Simply choose a t-shirt or hat style, easily upload your logo, or create the perfect design. Workwear, tees, uniforms, polos, and caps, and let's not forget those special occasion tees, all designed online by you. Go to ROKZOO.com, Roxu Screen Printing in Cottonwood, where clothing comes to rock. 24/7 at the all-new Roxu.com.
3:57 to go here in the fourth quarter. 42-34 is our score. Mingus Union holding on to a lead against the Flagstaff Eagles. Philip Catalfamo alongside Nick Yatsinko. Nick, it's been an exciting game so far. Marauders trying to pin the Eagles deep like they had them last possession, but look, we've seen the Eagles offense play well.
Yeah, they can definitely strike in just a matter of a couple plays. I like Harrison backed up a little bit for this snap on 4th.
Harrison takes the snap. He's going to send it downfield. It's high in the air. It'll take a bounce around the 15 and roll the wrong way and hang around the 20 and be stopped at the 22. So that's where the Eagles will start on their own 22-yard line, 1st and 10.
Well, you got Isaiah Lathan went down a little bit slow on that play. Hopefully the big guy's okay. He's been a clutch part of the Marauders' evening so far.
You know, something I don't know if we touched upon in the halftime show, but fatigue. You got a lot of guys on both sides of the ball for Mingus Union playing the defensive and offensive line. And while both aspects of the offensive defense have been doing great, you kind of wonder, we're getting down to the end of the 4th quarter. Hopefully some of these Marauders can keep this stamina going. They've been doing phenomenal so far.
Hats off to these guys, especially the bigger guys. We haven't seen a lot. You know, the skill guys are going back and forth too, but to see the big guys doing it's incredible.
Meyer takes the snap in the shotgun, dropping back to pass, looking to air it out. Pressure coming. It's going to flush Meyer out of the pocket left. Defensive pressure coming. The Marauders got to keep him in bounds, and it looks like Meyer might get. He'll get tackled in bounds. The clock will still go, but a great little scramble there from Meyer. Almost gets the first down on that run. It'll bring up 2nd and short here for the Eagles.
And how about Chote and Islas on that? Yep. Both of our big guys are flushing Bodie out of the pocket, not giving him anywhere to go. That's just a great job. And then to tackle him inbounds is key, and that's what the Marauders defense got to continue to do.
Trips left here for Bodie Meyer in the backfield. Spencer lined up alongside him. Meyer's going to drop back to pass. Looking left. He's looking for Weidinger. It is completed. Weidinger down the sideline. He'll get brought down around the 15. First down, and now an opportunity for the Eagles.
What a bomb of a play, and we talked about it. We absolutely talked about how fast the Eagles can get a play like that off, and that's just a great ball. What a ball that was. Meyer put it right on the money.
Huge gain for the Flagstaff Eagles. As that'll bring up 1st and 10 on the Marauder 18-yard line. 2 minutes and 50 seconds left here. Meyer operating out of the shotgun once again. Or excuse me, he'll be under center. Spencer in the backfield along with Senna. Handoff, rolling out left. Meyer, floater, Weidinger, incomplete. Trying to look at the receiver in the end zone. Pass will go incomplete.
Ooh, the Marauders kind of catching their breath on that one. Weidinger again trying to find him back to back, and Bodie's done a good job of it. Just off of Weidinger's fingertips, really.
Yeah. And you know, Meyer had to throw that one across his body, or at least on the run, not across his body, but on the run. And honestly puts a beautiful opportunity there for Weidinger, just a little bit out of his reach. So the Eagles will try it again here, 2nd and 10 on the Marauder 22. Meyer will operate in the shotgun formation. Trips left here. Eagles looking to score. Meyer dropping back to pass, looking to the end zone. It is incomplete.
Looked like maybe
there was an interception.
I see a flag.
There is a flag down, so we may see a pass interference call potentially, maybe a little bit too much hand contact there. But for right now, there is an interception. And we'll see.
Replay here.
We'll get a chance here. Maybe we get a shot of the end zone here. You can see it maybe a little bit there. The pass was up in the air for those of you who are listening to KYBC. Meyer lofted it into the end zone, looking for, I believe, Weidinger, and yes, he was. And the pass was intercepted by the Mingus Union Marauders, and instead, it is going to be pass interference. And now this puts the Eagles.
Touchdown. They're giving it to him as a touchdown. So obviously there was a little bit of a wrestling match going on, and we just had the head referee signal touchdown.
So still clearing out the confusion here.
Yeah, we got a meeting now, and the Marauders are saying, no way we came up with that
ball.
That
was a clear interception on the side of the Marauders. Number 2, that's Mario Camacho.
We still have the meeting. I'm not quite sure what the rule book says on the ref already calling the touchdown, though. That's interesting.
But Weidinger wasn't anywhere near the pass.
He was
Camacho had the pick.
We couldn't really tell if they were fighting for it on the ground. All I could see was the Marauders came out running with it. Like they caught that. So here we still have the refs grouped together, and they're talking it over.
So we're going to see what the final call is here.
And I think
it's got to be.
Should be maybe they're going to give him the penalty, but I don't know that should have been a touchdown.
That should not have been a touchdown.
And we're going to get an explanation. It looks like they're going to kick the extra point. They're giving it to Flagstaff here. That's a touchdown.
We take a look at it here. We've got it on the replay on Verde Valley TV. You can see Camacho gets the ball in his hands. Let's see if he's down before he makes the final grab. Camacho still got it in his chest there. We're waiting for that knee to come down, and it finally does. But somehow that goes to, it will not be a touchdown. It will not be a touchdown. It will be pass interference.
So first down, they took the touchdown off the board. So now the Eagles have, it looks like,
they still have an opportunity to score.
1 yard to go for the first down, but they're right at, it looks like, what, the 7-yard line, 8-yard line?
Yeah, they're right there. I mean, the Eagles are right there, and they almost had an opportunity to score here. So the Mingus defense is going to have to come up huge here. It is 1st and 10 on the Marauder 10. 42-34. Mingus still leading. Marauders got to refocus here.
But both sides are fired up. The fan bases, look at the Marauders and the Eagles both pointing to their sidelines like, hey, come on fans, get behind us here.
2 wide receivers on both ends. Meyer under center. Price in the backfield. Meyer is going to hand it off right side. Gunnar Price brought down right at the line. Brazen Durkalek with a great stop.
Well, but Durkalek comes up flexing. He's saying, hey, let's go, Eagles. That's a good job by the Marauders defense of keeping them honest with the run game, because that passing game has been working. All of a sudden you go back to the run and the Marauders are ready for it.
Here we go. 2 minutes to go. 3rd and very short here for the Flagstaff Eagles, or I should say 3rd and 10. Meyer operating out of the shotgun. Price in the backfield. 2 wide receivers on both ends. Meyer takes the snap. Hands it off to Price up the middle. Price just trying to get closer to the goal line. He is stopped.
He's going to get the first down.
Will get the first down.
And move the football to the 6-yard line.
And now it makes it 1st and even shorter for the Eagles. Again, the Eagles still have to convert the 2-point conversion.
Right. And it's still going to leave, you would think, maybe using your timeouts here if you're the Marauders, because if the Eagles can get into the end zone here and get the 2-point conversion, you're going to want a little bit of time on the clock.
Yep.
Otherwise, we might get some overtime.
Meyer under center. Price and Senna in the backfield. Meyer rolling right, looking for Big Nick Morrow. Meyer's going to run instead, and he will get brought down right at the line. Mingus with a huge stop.
Boy, big stop, and looks like we're going to get a timeout here. Meyer wanted that one bad, and the Marauder defense said, no way.
Great tackle there by Camacho and Alvarez, and I believe Brazen Durkalek, but timeout on the side of the Eagles. We'll stay here. 1 minute and 9 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Mingus leading 42-34, but Nick, the Eagles knocking at the door on 2nd and short.
Yeah, and if they can get in, they got 1:09 to get in. They got a couple plays right now. It's only 2nd down, and they are at the 4-yard line. So you would think it's not too hard that they can get in the end zone. It's getting that 2-point conversion that's going to be clutch for the Eagles if they can get in.
Nick Morrow is going to be somebody to watch down the stretch here.
Oh, for sure.
For the touchdown and also for the 2-point conversion. Morrow, an athletic 6'8" wide receiver. He's got the reach over about 90% of the roster here for Mingus Union. So the idea is, in my opinion, to lob it up top to the big fella and score like you did in the 2nd quarter.
Regardless, you're going to get a quick pass.
Yes.
Regardless of who's going to get it, it's going to be a fast, quick pass because the Marauders D-line's been penetrating all night.
So it'll be 2nd down and 4 on the Marauder 4. Mingus holding on to an 8-point lead. 1:09 to go in the 4th. Meyer in the backfield. Waiting to take the snap. He'll drop back to pass, looking for Morrow on the left side. Great defensive stop by Freddie Jimenez. Pokes out the pass.
Can't get any better defense than that. Jimenez plays it really, really smart. We just called it. It's going to be a very fast pass. You can see a replay here. Bodie takes it back, sees him. There he is. Nice job, Jimenez. That's a quick defensive back play right there.
So it'll bring up 3rd down. Again, the drive's still not done for the Eagles.
And that only chewed up 4 seconds off the clock. So still got 1:05 to go.
Meyer working out of the backfield. Two wide receivers on both ends. Eagles looking to respond. Meyer to the corner of the end zone. Wide open is Senna for a touchdown.
Boy, this place is electric, huh? This place is electric. Flagstaff coming back. Now they are a 2-point conversion away. Must have been some broken coverage.
Senna was wide open.
Wide open.
Wide open.
Wide open on that broken coverage. Good job by Bodie and that Eagle offense to take advantage of it. And boy, oh boy, do we have a game on our hands.
Well, now the Eagles, of course, have to go for the 2-point conversion. 42-40 here with under a minute to go. The Marauders will potentially be operating with about maybe 40 seconds by the time they get the ball back. If the Eagles can score here. Meyer under center. We've got another timeout, this time on the side of the Flagstaff Eagles. But again, we are going to stay right here with under a minute to go. And what an exciting first opener for the 4A Grand Canyon region.
Can't ask for better football than this right here, Phillip. Coming down to the wire. It's a 2-point conversion. And boy, either way, one of these teams is going to be celebrating after this play, because essentially you're either going to tie the game if you're the Eagles, which is massive because they've been behind the Marauders all night long. Marauders have had a 3-touchdown lead on them at one point, so this would be huge for the Eagles, and we'll see their side erupt. On the flip side, if the Marauders can stop them here, boy, they're going to get the ball back too. We're most likely going to see an onside kick. So Marauders containment team's going to have to get out there. But what an incredible start to Grand Canyon Region football.
You got to keep an eye on Senna, and you got to keep an eye on Big Nick Morrow. Big conversion here for the Flagstaff Eagles. Down 2. Meyer will operate from under center. Wide receivers lined up on the left, 2 men in the backfield. That's Price, along with 21, Doucette. Meyer takes the snap, going for the quarterback sneak. Stopped at the line! Esteban Loretto may have stopped him at the line. They're going to give it to him.
They gave it to him. They gave it to him. It looked like they stopped him at first, and they gave it to him. Oh boy, what a call. This place is electric right now, and the refs are still talking it over.
We'll take a look at it here on the replay. I thought Loretto had him down at the line.
It sure looked like it, and the refs are still talking about this one down at the end zone. But
he was stopped at the 1.
Yeah, they're giving it to him. There's nothing they're going to change on that. And boy, oh boy, Flagstaff erupts.
He was stopped.
It's a tie game. Tie game, 42-42 with just seconds left. So the Marauders are going to have a minute to operate. They're going to have 1 minute, 59 seconds to operate. And we are going to see Zach Harrison at his finest right here. You've got to be as sharp as you've been all night. That offensive line, you got to shake this off. You got to go out there like it's 0-0 because it's tie game. We could be headed to overtime if the Marauders can't punch it in here. Let's talk about ball safety. Please protect that football right now.
Oh, yeah.
There's still a minute left. Flagstaff can strike really quick, and they just came down and tied it up. Oh, what a game. What a game.
42-42 in an absolutely incredible high school football game here inside the Skydome at Northern Arizona University. We got some Eagles fans in front of us, and they're fired up. Marauder fans on the opposite side, they're fired up. And we're not even done.
Place is electric. Whew, with a minute left.
So Tanner Reef will look to send it downfield. They're going to do a short onside. It'll be loose and recovered by the Eagles.
Boy, what a good play by the Eagles. Recognize the Marauders aren't ready for that. And boy, oh boy, Mingus comes up short there. Flagstaff gets it on the onside kick, and they're looking for the win. Flagstaff's looking for the win here, Phillip.
That was a miscommunication there by the Marauder return team. As now the Eagles, like you said, Nick, have 57 seconds to put together a miraculous comeback.
And plenty of time. It's plenty of time for them to do it. 57 seconds. Got all their timeouts. 1st and 10, Eagles. What a turnaround it's been. And boy, the Marauders were so close to coming up with that. They did not have their onside kick unit out for that one.
Meyer will operate with trips left. He'll take the snap and drop back to pass. Pressure coming. Marauders trying to wrap him up. Meyer's going to run to the right side. Mingus brings him down around the 40, but it'll result in a short run by Bodie Meyer. Clock will still go.
Boy, everybody is on their feet here, Philip. This is...
Oh, they want him to go. The clock's going. We got 30 seconds left here in the fourth. Meyer again operating with trips left. They're going to try to air it out here. Meyer takes the snap, dropping back to pass. Durkalek coming in. Meyer's going to get flushed out right. He's going to get the first down and get brought down around the 30. Clock will still go at 20 seconds.
Boy, and if they get into about a 6 more yards, Philip, they are in field goal range. And boy, would that be huge. What a high school football game coming down to this.
17 seconds left here. Clock still going. Meyer working with trips left. Meyer takes the snap, dropping back to pass again. Meyer going to air it out to Weidinger. Weidinger catches it, gets into the end zone, and the Eagles take the lead.
What an incredible play by the Flagstaff Eagles. You knew it was going to Weidinger, that big, tall receiver out there, and he does a great job of bringing that in. Wow, what a comeback. And it looks like it's going to be a win for the Eagles here with just 6 seconds left. Wow. Wow. What a game, and you know what? This is going to dig that rivalry feeling right back up for the Marauders. I know we talked about Bradshaw, Mingus, Flag and Mingus has been more historical, but how about this game? This is going to leave such a sour taste in the Marauders' mouth. And on the Flagstaff side of it, what a comeback, what a trial this team's had tonight.
What a phenomenal catch by Jake Weidinger.
Yep.
I mean, with pressure on him, makes a phenomenal grab. An even better pass from Bodie Meyer. We talked about it, Nick. We said this at halftime. You cannot take this lead for granted.
Right.
You can't.
Incredible football game.
A phenomenal football game. We got 6 minutes left here. Soto will be on for the extra point, which might seal the fate for the Mingus Union Marauders. Ball is snapped. Kick is up. It's good. It'll make it a 7-point game. 6 seconds left. We're going to stay right here till the end of this one.
Yeah, you know you're going to see probably a squib kick. Probably a squib kick here from the Eagles. They're going to keep it away from Alvarez. And boy, this Skydome is vibrating right now, Philip. This is quite a game. You know, the Marauders right now, you can see a lot of hands-on helmets if you're watching on VVTV, but, you know, they've played a great game. We've seen some offensive fireworks. And the Eagles using their weapons at the end of the game. Come back, and right now it looks like they're going to edge the Marauders in just the last 50 seconds of the game. They're going to come up with the tie and the win.
What a beautiful venue for a phenomenal comeback for the Flagstaff Eagles. 49-42. I doubt, highly doubt, we see a booming kick downfield as Reef looks to probably send it short and end this game. The Eagles' next game will be on the road at Thunderbird as that ball is squibbed short, recovered. That's going to be Esteban Loreto on the left side, but he's brought down. That's it. What a phenomenal comeback for the Eagles and a sour loss for the Marauders.
Yeah, Marauders got their heads in their hands right now. Flagstaff's erupting on the field as they should be. The wonderful comeback. That's high school football at its finest. That's college football at its finest. Pro football at its finest. That's a great football game. The Marauders have nothing to be ashamed about. You're going to see a lot of hugging and handshaking after that dog fight right there.
49-42 is our final score here. Flagstaff walks away with a comeback victory. We'll head to the Gettles High Desert Mechanical post-game show where we will have the Verde Lee Market player of the game and get you ready for next week on the road at Alhambra. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Yavapai College has 6 campuses and centers in Sedona, the Prescott area, and the Verde Valley. With more than 100 degree and certificate programs, YC has what you need to jumpstart your academic journey. Our athletics teams are some of the best in the nation, and we have plenty of student-led clubs, organizations, and activities. Our full-time student discount makes YC the most affordable option in Arizona for a full-time student. Learn more today at yc.edu.
Since 1925, Tiffany Construction has worked with developers and local and federal government to build, expand, and improve infrastructure, roads, drainage systems, and subdivisions. From concept to completion, the Tiffany Construction team provides a full complement of construction services and state-of-the-art delivery methods customized to fit your needs and budget. They're Arizona's longest tenured family-owned and operated civil contractor and proudly serving the Verde Valley since 1991. Tiffany Construction, knowledge and experience to bring your project to reality.
The Suzy Q Market is the most convenient stop for road trips with 1,500 beverage selections and plenty of snacks. And save on fuel with the Marathon Make It Count reward program. The Suzy Q drive-thru window is the most convenient way to stop for those essentials on the way home.
Road trips start here with something for everyone.
At Suzy Q.
Shop local first, always.
Go Marauders!
You're going to love the new interactive website from Roxu Screen Printers. Now you can create your custom t-shirt design online. Simply choose a t-shirt or hat style, easily upload your logo, or create the perfect design. Workwear, tees, uniforms, polos, and caps. And let's not forget those special occasion tees, all designed online by you. Go to ROKZOO.com, Roxu Screen Printing in Cottonwood, where clothing comes to rock. 24/7 at the all-new Roxu.com.
Choose precision. Choose innovation. Choose robotic-assisted knee and hip replacement. Choose Northern Arizona Healthcare.
Choose the region's most comprehensive heart program. Choose care close to home. Choose world-class surgeons. Choose Northern Arizona Healthcare.
People often refer to Larry Green Chevrolet as the people place. Keeping that reputation is a priority in the community and with every customer that comes through the door. Larry Green Chevrolet, we're better and we'll prove it. If you're in the market for a new or pre-owned car, truck, van, or SUV, you'll find our selection extensive and the sales team professional and courteous. Visit Larry Green Chevrolet just off Highway 260 next to Walmart or LarryGreenChevrolet.com.
Welcome to the post-game report, brought to you by Gettles High Desert Mechanical Heating, AC, and Plumbing Specialists, online at GettlesHDM.com. Stick around for the game recap, including Marauder highlights, scores, and stats. And now let's head back to the press box. Here's your announcers, Philip Catalfamo and Nick Yatsinko.
What an absolutely exciting game in our 4A Grand Canyon region opener. The Flagstaff Eagles come back and get the victory 49-42 here inside the J. Lawrence Walkup Skydome on the campus of Northern Arizona University. Philip Catalfamo alongside Nick Yatsinko. Stunned would be an understatement.
As alumni, I'm a little heartbroken. Lost the Eagles in such a great, phenomenal game. And as a football fan, I'm elated right now because that was some of the best football you can watch. And we got to do it here at the Skydome. It's an incredible venue, like you've said a few times. And what a football game we got to see.
Jake Weidinger with an absolute phenomenal catch.
How about Bodie putting it on the money?
Bodie Meyer.
We talked about it at the halftime show. They were going to start to connect, and the Marauders really did a good job of continuing to score and get after Bodie, but just not enough. Man, the Eagles looked really, really good at the end of that game.
Yeah, they very much did, and we do want to pass off congratulations to the Flagstaff Eagles. They now move to 3-0 on the season. They'll be looking to go 4-0 next week on the road at Thunderbird, who the Marauders took on in week 1, so that should be a great game. But Nick, of course, we talked about it, and great game.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, Bodie Meyer, you saw somebody with a sign there, just what happened? Yeah. It's a great way to put it. But look, a lot of positives here. Offensive line looked great. Defensive line looked great. They applied pressure early on to Bodie Meyer. The Marauders had a confident lead going into the second half. Flagstaff, things just fell their way. You could argue maybe they got stopped at the line, at the goal line for that 2-point conversion, but
You can't let it be in that situation.
Right, exactly.
You can't let it get there. And the Marauders, like you just said, that's a dogfight. It's a dogfight. And you mentioned this earlier. If we get to see more games, if that's an inclination of how the region games are going to be, we are in for some great football games.
We really very much are. Like I said, Flagstaff will be on the road at Thunderbird. The Mingus Union Marauders will focus on the road at Alhambra. Coach Dave Monsibaya is looking for a bounce-back victory after this tough loss. Again, 49-42. If you happen to miss this game, do me a favor, take your finger on your phone or wherever you're watching, just restart that game, because absolutely phenomenal football game here at Northern Arizona University. Nick, we got some bright spots for the Marauders. Like I mentioned, let's take a look at some of the statistics. Zach Harrison, I thought, had a phenomenal game, even though the game at the end didn't necessarily go his way.
Yeah, and he didn't necessarily have to depend on the rushing game at the end of the game, or the passing game, which was nice. You can see there, 3 for 7, 88 yards in the touchdown. So he did okay through the air, but really didn't need it, because we had Angelo Alvarez on the other side running the football. Just incredible. I mean, you're going to see his stats. That's just averaging 10 yards a carry, 14 carries, 140 yards, 3 touchdowns.
Along with 2 kick return touchdowns.
Kick return to 5 touchdowns total. And I mean, hey, it doesn't go without the help. We're going to talk about the help that he had tonight. But, yeah, the Marauders played outstanding. Nothing to hang your head on. They got 42 points. Last week, 45 points. So this team has got some great offensive momentum. It's tough to look past a loss like this. You got to let this sink in over the weekend. It might bring back some of that bitterness of that historical rivalry that we feel against Mingus. If they didn't have Beat Eagle shirts on this week, they will next season.
Well, like we said, I mean, Angelo Alvarez, you talked about it, 3 touchdowns on the ground. Of course, the 2 kick return touchdowns. Started this game with the kick return touchdown. The fireworks were going on early on. And like I said, well, let's talk a little bit about Flagstaff here. Nick Morrow finds himself into the end zone. Bodie Meyer had some beautiful balls to Weidinger and also to Senna. We take a look at Bodie's stats there. 15 for 21, 305 yards passing, 4 touchdowns for the senior quarterback, and one of those touchdowns got him the victory.
Arguably, a chunk of that came with maybe 6 minutes left in the game.
Yep.
That's just incredible job by that young quarterback, and great job by that Flagstaff Eagles offense to execute.
Yep.
He took the keys to the game at the end and kind of put the exclamation point on it. And like you said, those are the balls he was throwing right on the fingertips, and those wide receivers came up with great catches for the Eagles.
Gunnar Price also had a phenomenal game on the ground for the Flagstaff Eagles. Marcus Salcido played well. Of course, Senna. Let's not forget about Holden Senna, the receiver. Doucette, of course, got also into the end zone. The Eagles did a phenomenal job in the second half of getting back into this game, getting the lead, obviously getting the victory. So like I said, they'll be on the road at Thunderbird. Mingus Union High School on the other side, of course, will be on the road at Alhambra, looking to bounce back against the Phoenix school team. Again, Nick, we still got a little bit more business here before we wrap it up. We got our Verde Lee Market player of the game. So many great names to throw around there. We'll talk about it in just a second here. Verde Lee Market is a favorite of locals and visitors. It has received hundreds of excellent reviews on TripAdvisor. They make the best burgers, Italian subs, and mouth-watering Philly cheesesteaks. Dine in or call ahead for pickup. If you happen to find yourself in the Cottonwood area, please go check out Verde Lee Market. As somebody who has gone there multiple times, it is very, very good. Nick, talking about very, very good, Angelo Alvarez was phenomenal tonight. However, he is not our player of the game. Marcus Bueno also played very, very well. He is not our player of the game. Ian Contreras got a touchdown. And guess what? Not the player of the game. Esteban Loretto did a phenomenal job tonight opening up some holes. He did the same thing last week, and we want to give him some credit here, Nick. Talk about your O-lineman.
Oh, boy, 2 solo sacks for the offensive lineman on top of how many holes did he open up for Angelo Alvarez. Alvarez had one of the best nights you could ask for as a high school running back, and we end up throwing player of the game at one of the dogs down in the trenches, Esteban Loretto. What a phenomenal job he did getting downfield. How many times did we see him get downfield past? He's at the safety linebacker level, making huge blocks, springing Alvarez. He's a massive part of Alvarez's success and the Marauders' success tonight. Congratulations to that young man. He's going to need something from Verde Lee Market. He's hungry.
Verde Lee Market player. Yeah, he is. Verde Lee Market player of the game. You see there, Esteban Loretto. Congratulations. The Flagstaff Eagles get a solid comeback comeback victory, 49-42 inside the Skydome. They'll focus their attention on the road at Thunderbird. Meanwhile, myself, Nick Yatsinko, and all the crew here at Yavapai Broadcasting will see you on the road next Friday against Alhambra right here on KYBC and Verde Valley TV. Have a great rest of your night and an even better weekend.
This has been the post-game report brought to you by Gettles High Desert Mechanical Heating, AC, and Plumbing Specialist, online at GettlesHDM.com.
Starting in the late 1920s, Grandpa Gettle and his brothers laid the groundwork for what would become a family legacy. Almost 100 years and 100 patents later, Gettle's High Desert Mechanical continues to raise the bar of quality heating, cooling, and plumbing products and services in the Verde Valley.
Call Gettles High Desert Mechanical Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing at 567-2200 or online at GettlesHDM.com, providing solutions for your comfort. Don't settle, get Gettles, and go Marauders! This has been a presentation of Yavapai Broadcasting Sports. Any rebroadcast or use of this broadcast without written permission from Mingus Union High School or Yavapai Broadcasting is expressly prohibited. Tonight's Mingus Marauder game has been sponsored in part by Gettles High Desert Mechanical, offering solutions for your comfort. Northern Arizona Healthcare, improving health, improving people. And Suzy Q Market, the best road trips start at Suzy Q. Mingus Marauders football supporters also include Jackson Hewitt Rice Accounting with locations across northern Arizona. Larry Green Chevrolet, the people place. And Tiffany Construction, knowledge and experience to bring your project to reality. Mingus football on KYBC, Verde Valley TV, and MyRadioPlace.com is also brought to you by All Price Insurance. Call 634-2311 to get your quote. Taylor Waste, service tailored to your needs. Yavapai College, you can, we can, together. And Rock Zoo Screen Printers, where clothing comes to rock. We'll return next week for exciting Mingus Marauder football action on KYBC 96.3 FM, online at MyRadioPlace.com, or Verde Valley TV Sparklight Channel 1056 Sudden Link Channel 2.